face, my love, it won't take you. Spinning my face, my love, I've gone crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I've gone straight. Spinning my face, my love, it won't faze me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I've gone crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I've gone mad. This is your fault. I don't need you anyway. Stumble out the bathroom. Stumble at you, oh she got a crack in the room with a noose and a bag. Like the bitch so call me crazy little hoe had a out. She got the guts on, show it all, we smoke out the attic. You're right, I know we love to argue like it had. Wasted, sipping on the liquor you can taste it. God don't touch your drink, I know you wasted. I don't know what to say except you. It's nothing, you broke me down. I kept on cutting, I played for you. And now I'm gushing, I played for you. But you never spinning my face, my love, it won't faze me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going straight. Spinning my face, my love, it won't faze me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going mad. For sure, tell me give it up, I leave everyone in the car. All I wanna say, I'll do anything you can do. Show me hell where I shoot it through my motherfucking bone. She got a crack in the room with a noose and a bag. And the bitch so call me crazy little hoe had us out. She got the guts, how show it, I will smoke out the attic. You're right, I know we love to argue, let's get at it. You crush my heart and say it's nothing. You broke me down, I kept on cutting. I played for you, and now I'm gushing. I played for you, but you never spinning my face, my love, it won't faze me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going straight. Spinning my face, my love, it won't faze me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going mad.
Yo. I didn't expect to make a stream 3 weeks after my last. I was expecting to be on break for a little bit longer. At least until June, when everything finally settles down, my mojo's back. But there have been some developments that have been happening in the online world pertaining to a story that I was keeping tabs on, that I was talking about right before I had to call it a break on full-time streaming. And I was originally wanting to make a video about this matter, but because of pressure from a lot of the people in my friend group, they're like, you know what, you might as well do it fucking live. And that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Just when I thought I was out of the game for a bit, I get pulled back in because of some bullshit involving someone that I thought I could consider a pillar within these groups. So, last time I was streaming, we were covering this piece of shit right here, the quartering. For those of you that don't know, the quartering took down the Clips channel for the Kino Casino because they were bringing up stuff about his past. But the thing that really set him off was an association that he had with a sex pest by the name of Adam. This in turn caused him to go off on the deep end. Everybody started going after the quartering as a result of him going after the Kino Casino's clip channel on YouTube. Everyone and their grandma was calling them out, was calling this man out. And a bunch of stuff would be re-uploaded by Eliza Clips of everybody that has called out the quartering for his bullshit. Okay? In a surprising twist, there's been new developments that have been happening ever since I did that last stream. The man by the name of Luther Morgan did an expose on the quartering's coffee brand coffee business. And turns out he was violating a ton of FDA laws when it came to storage and packaging of said coffee. And quartering didn't like that much, so I think he booted his channel. Allegedly. And it escalated too. Quartering had challenged another YouTuber by the name of Yellow Flash, even went as far as doxing his face and his name. But, of course, as you see, Yellow Flash kind of rolled with it a bit. But the quartering challenged him to a debate. And he said, Flash told quartering, look, we will give you a platform, but you need to produce the receipts of the ticket that was used to get rid of the Kino Casino's channel. Because for those of you that don't know, I think I could pull this up actually here. A bunch of documentaries have come out. I know Iceman, he'll be happy he got a shout out in this. I sent him the link and everything. Oh, Dermy's live too, talking about it. Awesome. June the King did a 3.5 hour documentary talking about quartering's grifting. And in that video, he brought up the fact that he had multiple channels from his years on YouTube. And people were very suspicious about it because of the fact that quartering pulled up his main channel's report history and there was nothing. However, he has all these channels like for arcade claw machines and RC cars and Magic the Gathering. So people were skeptical. They were like, you know what? You need to pull up the receipt of what was shown on stream. As many of you know, I covered it in 3 separate live streams. When Kino Casino got shut down originally, then I did a special episode of the Berserk Nasty podcast, And then we did a live reaction to Brittany Venti's video, or Brittany Venti's live stream. And then I did a status update on the debacle because new information had come out, and I didn't have time to do a proper stream of it because of all this underlying shit happening outside of everything. So, Yellow Flash tries to get him on the stream with Bearing. Remember this name a little bit later as I go into the side tribe. Of course, Quartering backs out like a pussy because he thinks, oh, I'm going to get jumped. But meanwhile, when Matt Jarbo was having his thing and 5 people were jumping on him, Quartering didn't have an issue taking part in that. But 2 or 3 people ganging up on him, oh, no, that's perfect. No, just perfectly unacceptable. Fuck out of here. Now, in the description of this live stream, I said that a certain woman pulled me back into live streaming. I took a break from everything, but I kept close eye on the situation as it was going down because I'm just editing videos for projects in regards to new groups that I've joined. Who is the she? Well, there's the she right there. Chrissy Mayer. Now, one of Quartering's biggest sweepers, the main person that has been defending him the most, has been Melanie Mack over here. The self-proclaimed Christian woman who has no issue bearing false witness on anybody that calls out the Quartering for his bullshit. Chrissy Mayer does a live stream with Melanie Mack and just does nothing more than help Quartering sweep everything under the bus. Oh, it's just unjustified hate. You know, it's just unjustified hate coming from the wokest leftists. And this got everything back up to speed. This just escalated everything to the point where Chrissy's own show that she's a part of, Friday Night Tights, wouldn't even allow her on the stream the next day for her role as a co-host. And she had lied to both Nina Infinity and the aforementioned Brittany Venti, saying, because Brittany Venti wanted to get on Chrissy Mayer's stream. And Chrissy Mayer kept saying, oh, we're trying to get her on. You know, she kept trying to deflect the whole time. And Brittany Venti finally produced the receipts that said, no, you're full of shit. Here's the receipts. I asked to be on this stream while you were streaming. And this gets exposed by Camelot, who is another unsung hero in this whole debacle. And Nina Infinity straight up condemns Chrissy Mayer for sweeping, for Melanie and Quartering. Now, I will say, I know a lot of people in the comment section on the VOD, and a lot of people in the chat are probably thinking, but Heath, Camelot and Nina also swept for, who was it? Nick Rekieta. Swept for Nick Rekieta and all that, but we're supposed to be forgiving here. Well, I think they even say it in this video. At least Camelot, you know, they knew what the fuck Rekieta did. And that's when they kind of turncoat and like, dude, you need to get your life straightened out. When Rekieta was having the whole thing, you know, the cocaine on his children, that type of shit. They tried to sweep for Rekieta and then, you know, back a friend. And then they wound up turncoating because of the whole, more information came out. It's like, all right, you need to go to rehab. You need to get your life straightened out. So, yeah. Cody Dess. Yep, it's the very same. Same one. Raced in Arca. Same one, Mad Blade. You're not wrong. It's the same guy. Good question. I was gonna ask if someone, if either you or Iceman would catch on to that, but there have been some other developments. There was a live during the whole fiasco. There was a live stream that surfaced of quartering going around a Renaissance fair in Wisconsin, stalking women with kids, making obscene comments. Well, the Renaissance Fair, the organizations that handle all the Renaissance fairs in states like Wisconsin, New York, all that, they got a hold of those videos, and they have banned the quartering from all future Renaissance Festivals events. Jeremy Hambley, the quartering has been permanently banned from the Renaissance Festival from the viral video when he was making vulgar remarks about female attendees. I'm not going to show the video. It's really fucking disgusting. Claim that he was. Yeah, there's a. Camelot has a lot of skeletons in his closet. Like I said, the aforementioned backing of Nick Rekieta. Yeah, and it's just it really is a pain to see all these people just get dragged into the mud through this piece of shit. And also, remember that guy I brought up earlier, Bearing? Well, him and Quartering had their own podcast together. I forget the name of it, but apparently the YouTube and the Rumble pages for that podcast just randomly disappeared. And Quartering in the DMs passively admitted that he was the one who shut that shit down. It's going to be shown
Creating
here.
custom
of course, an ad's going to play. Yeah, there's a lot to take in here, guys. I know, like I said, it's an impromptu stream. Here you go. Bearing says, I don't like releasing DMs, but when you take down 7 years of my content without warning while claiming you're a good boy and would never censor anyone, you can get fucked, Quartering. Throughout this whole shit show which you started, I've tried to be fair. You just took the gloves off, so I will too. And they get into this DM conversation right here. Oh, the stream just started. Awesome. Perfect. We're going to get answers from Chrissy Mayer here. Because she really fucked up. Sweeping for Melanie. Trying to sweep all the fucking comments under the bridge. We're going to keep this up. This whole thing. But as you can see, Quartering basically pulled a sleight of hand on Bearing and got a channel shut down without his permission. And it all loops back to Chrissy Mayer here, who has been sweeping. And now she's about to do a Simcast episode. Oh, goodness gracious. God damn, he's ugly. Dogs. But yeah, Chrissy Mayer should be addressing all the bullshit. Her role in sweeping for the Quartering. Her role in sweeping for Melanie Mack. Defending the Quartering for his bullshit. And I even told, Andy's in chat right now, I even told him, dude, if shit gets fucking wild. And by the way, Andy, I'm in the VC if you want to see this. I am live streaming. I'm like, I might have to go back to live streaming here. Yeah, turn this down. Yep, 720. There we go. So it's in the pre-show, but there's more to Chrissy Mayer's involvement. I think at one of her live streams actively promoted Quartering's coffee brand, Coffee. And I guess she was a little bit nervous that she didn't want that business association being attached to her. But at the same time, I'm like, just come out and fucking admit it, you know? The streaming area, VC. Yeah, over here. Over in the Nasty Club Discord. Or I can go to the Berserker podcast. Give me a sec. Oh, that's why. Because the Berserker, Alright, you should be good, Andy. I forget the streaming area. Uh-oh.
Back in life.
Yeah.
Oh, it just, you go like this.
Jesus Christ. Andy, you have a copy? Yeah, you're up. You're up. You're good. So we patiently wait for her to get her shit started. There's other shit that's starting to come out about her too. Like flagging down videos because, you know, God forbid I do a reaction like this and it's a violation of copyright. I'm like, no, it's not. It's fair use. It's transformative. Shut the fuck up. It's just, and you know, I'm not mad at Chrissy for what she did. I'm very disappointed in her. But we're going to see what her response is. Was it really just an honest mistake? Or was she really trying to pull some fucking moon runes? We won't know. This orange is good. What are the oranges for? Fucking nutrition. I've lost weight, by the way. Nutrition. 260 pounds. So I basically lost 31 pounds since I started doing these injections. But yeah, we're waiting for her. Come on. God. Come on, get your fucking intros done. These oranges are fucking banging, bro. Again, I'm not back to full-time streaming. You know, this is just a one-off because this situation, I didn't expect for this situation to escalate the way it did, and Andy was kind of like pressuring me, hey, you need to get back on stream and address this. We ain't doing it in a recording. I'm like, all right! Fuck! Calm down, Uncle Milk Dud. I'll do it live. Fuck it. Shit. God, how long is this? Oh, what the fuck? Bro, what is these intros? Jesus Christ. Chrissy, have you ever heard about having minimalism? Good Lord. That's a flaw right there. That is a good blood orange, by the way. Much better than whatever the fucking oranges quarterings dumbass is talking about. You wouldn't know what the hell a good oranges is, you fucking ham planet eating bitch. Hey, Jackie. Again, I know it's been a while, and I know I said I needed a break from it. This is an impromptu stream. This ain't like an official return stream. It's just spur of the moment because this is a situation that everyone's talking about. All right, Simcast. All right, come on, bitch. Let's go. Come on, bitch. Oh, and Quartering has wound up deleting his Twitter account because there have been some allegations. And this was stated by Nina Infinity in that aforementioned video I showed earlier, where there are women out there that have had a really bad relationship with Jeremy. They've had bad experiences. So I'm beginning to wonder if those are going to come out at some point. Right? Oh God, see that? That's called foreshadowing. Maybe, I don't know. Here we go. Yeah, start the fucking show.
Okay. Hi. This is a different Simpcast than usual. I'm just going to start. It's just going to be me.
Yeah,
because I feel like I need to explain some things. I need to talk about everything that's been going on this week since I had Melanie Mack on my channel. And if you see me looking at notes, it's because I have really taken the past few days to listen and reflect and collect my thoughts, and also collect the thoughts and concerns of you guys. And I want to make sure I'm addressing each point and being thorough and being honest and being transparent, because that is not something that the Quartering has given you all. And I want to just put it all out there and answer your questions. But at the same time, I'm not looking to make this a 3-hour long stream. I never wanted to talk about the Quartering drama. I just
Then what? Okay, if you didn't want to talk about the Quartering stuff, why did you insert yourself by interviewing Melanie the way that you did, the way that you were sweeping and you were being so ignorant towards why people were hating Melanie in the first place? Chrissy, you can't. I keep saying this in other streams. Like, you don't insult the intelligence of your audience. They are the ones that dictate, what's hot right now. And if you can't address that, it's gonna bite you in the ass. I don't know what to tell you.
But I've been sort of bullied into it here, and
you kind of allowed yourself to get bullied into it, Chrissy. Especially with the connections that you have. Do you understand how much you elevated that situation with that stream you did with Melanie?
So I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to do my best to address everything. And there's some of you listening tonight that are never going to believe anything I say. There's some of you tonight who might be on the fence. There's some of you here tonight who are just going to make content and twist what I say to fit your narrative to make money. And that's fine. And that's your product.
There's no narrative being made here, all right? The narrative has already been set in place, Chrissy. You're going against it, all right? You're going against what pisses the people off.
And that's YouTube. And it's fair use. You guys can,
Wait a minute. Wait. So it's fair use, but correct me if I'm wrong, didn't you take down someone's channel for using clips of your streams to do an expose? Didn't you also do some false flagging? I've been here. Look, I might not have been streaming a lot, but I listen. I'm street smart. I listen to the streets, Chrissy. I've been hearing some dirt, okay? I don't mean to be that guy, but I call a spade, ma'am.
Make content, of course. So, but I just felt like I had to be true to myself.
Look, okay, guys. Look at how fast her eyes are blinking right now. Just look at this 10-second clip.
It's fair use.
Watch her eyes.
You guys can, make content, of course.
See how fast they're blinking?
So, but I just felt like I had to be true to myself and
see how fast those are anxiety blinks. Okay, how do I know this? Because I get anxiety a lot, and my eyes blink like a motherfucker. So I can tell, Chrissy, you're not very comfortable doing this stream, but She might deal. I mean, and I get it. She's a comedian. You know, you get up on stage or in front of a bunch of people. I get that. But it's just those little cues. Hell, I got a little bit of Kino Casino coming out. Look at her eyes. She's got anxiety.
And be honest.
She's
and
blinking.
Address all these concerns, and clear some things up. So if you think I'm a grifter, if you think I'm doing this for money, please don't super chat me. I want to make that crystal clear.
You know what? For once, Christy, I can actually agree with you on that. If you really think Chrissy is a grifter, then don't send her money. What are you guys doing?
If you think I'm a liar or unfunny or ugly or whatever, or full of shit, or did I say not funny? Then please give your money to somebody else. If you think there's a streamer not funny or whatever, full of shit, or did I say not funny? Then
oh, Freudian slip. That is a fucking Freudian slip. Where's Nicholas Diorio when I need him?
Please give your money to somebody else. If you think there's a streamer out there that's been covering this in a way you like better, please give your money to that person.
I'm not monetized on YouTube.
Support who you want to support here. And I need to say this up top. Kino Casino needs to get his channel back. The Clips channel needs to get their channel back. All of these channels that were affected by Jeremy's actions need to get their channels back. I think it's something like
Andy, shut the fuck up. You ain't
13 or
shit.
14 channels that have been deleted. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they all need to be restored. This is bullshit. People are allowed to make content. And flagging for privacy complaints is wrong. It reminds me so much of what Sniper Wolf would do with the stealing content too. Stealing content is wrong. The Oranges video, when I finally watched it, I laughed because I'm like, this reminds me of Sniper Wolf. You can't just take someone else's content.
But wait a minute.
Without
Mel. I mean, not Mel. Good Lord. They're all the fucking same age. Chrissy, didn't you fucking say in this stream that Jesus would condone false flagging without even knowing what the crack like it?
Got to transform it. You got to comment on it. It's stealing content is lazy and it's wrong. And flagging for privacy complaints because someone's talking about your wife or whatever else, if you have beef with somebody, is also wrong. Okay, people are allowed to make content and comments about cringe moments I've had in the past. That's part of being on YouTube. That's part of being like a public figure or whatever. And I think Jeremy today deleted his Twitter.
Yep.
And I think I saw there's a lawsuit out for him today.
Oh, that's another important detail I forgot. There is a law firm that is working with Kino Casino and other people that have gotten their shit taken down against the quartering, which is going to be sent in on Monday to YouTube. And YouTube, I think I looked. Team YouTube is already looking into it. They're telling me, yeah, be patient. We're still looking into the matter. But I'm like, if that lawsuit gets sent in, it's done.
Which is good. I understand that. I've really put a lot together in the last few days, and the outrage is completely justified. These people deserve to get their channels back. These people deserve to get their livelihoods back. And it'll be interesting to see what comes out in discovery with this lawsuit.
So talk whatever.
I also heard of another channel called Undead Chronic. I don't know who you are, but their channel was banned too, and they should get their channel back also. Another channel called Undead Chronic. I don't know who you are, but their channel was banned too, and they should get their channel back also. Any strike that Jeremy caused just because somebody was talking about them, that's messed up. And I hope those strikes go away, and I hope everyone gets their channels back.
I do too.
And I hope I want there to be accountability for the messed up stuff that Jeremy has done. So I want to make sure that's clear. I want to explain first my intentions for my stream with Melanie. I had Melanie on my show on Wednesday, and I had been trying to get her on since really Easter, since my confirmation, since I converted to Catholicism. I wanted to have her on because she's my friend. I wanted to have her on to talk about that, to talk about she just got married. I want to talk about our faith. And I was so excited. She hadn't been on Simcast in a while.
Melanie's married to a fucking bisexual. That's apparently a furry. You've already known my thing about furries. It's two sides of the same coin. But, yeah, let's just say the dude's been into some degenerate bullshit. Moving on.
I was so excited to have her on and finally, reconnect.
Also, if you're wondering why I'm pausing so much, that's how fair use works. I can't just react to the whole thing in its entirety. I can't just sit there and watch and be like, yeah, great, and all that. I can't let it go like that. That's how fair use works, okay? So if I pause a lot, don't take it personally. That's just...
I know it sounds sad, but sometimes I look forward to streams as a way to connect with an old friend. Who knows? Maybe it should have been a phone call, but it was a stream. You know what I mean? And I wanted to connect with my friend about my conversion, which I was really excited about. And I know I'm new at the Catholic thing, but I'm excited to be on what I feel like is the right path. And I wanted to talk about that with her. I never meant to mislead people. I never connected the drama that was going on with Jeremy to Melanie. I never thought that Melanie needed to answer for Jeremy's sins.
If you're facing pressure on a stream, especially with your credentials, leading a podcast like Friday Night Tights and all that, wouldn't that be your job? One of two things that's happening here. Either you're telling the truth and you're just that dumb, or you knew all along and you were trying to sweep it up due to previous business relationships. Because of the fact that you had Coffee Brand Coffee on your shit.
I knew there was drama with Jeremy. I knew he had beef. I knew there was shit going on. But I never at any point thought, well, this is Melanie's fault. She needs...
Wait. So you knew, but you didn't bother connecting the pieces? Okay, yeah, this is getting a lot more fleshed out than it needs to be.
To answer for this, she needs to speak on this. She needs to call this out. So, and I never advertised that stream as a call out stream or an ambush stream or an accountability stream. Nowhere in my title or description or in the body of the text of my stream with Melanie did I ever say that I would talk about the quartering drama or any of the shit that he did. So
that I do believe.
I wanted to talk to her about getting married, my conversion, and our faith, So when I had her on and I see that
I do believe that. I don't think she was malicious with that. I think she was trying to be truthful. But like I said, if the chat's calling out something, you got to be like, okay, why are they asking you about A, B, C, D, E, F, G? All right? That's accountability. All right?
Chat. I panicked because I really wasn't expecting all that. I wasn't expecting 2,000 oranges. I wasn't expecting 2,000 brooms. When people say, Chrissy, the chat tried to tell you. The chat tried to tell you. The chat was extremely hostile. The chat was extremely insulting to both of us. And what am I going to say? Melanie, there's 1,000 oranges coming in. Let me put you in the waiting room. Well, I figured that I was really overwhelmed and taken aback by all that. And I froze and it's funny because on my screen here, I have my questions from my interview with Melanie Mack. And one of them was, you addressed the quartering drama back in April. Now that some time has passed, how do you feel about it now? So it's I did bring it up with her. And I, even though I wasn't going to center our chat around it. And when all those chats and angry messages came in, I just figured, well, I guess she talked about it as much as she wanted to talk about. And
hold on a moment. Hold on. I just had a fucking brainstorm here. I just had a brainstorm. So, she had no idea about the beef with the quartering. But yet, you're on Friday Night Tights with a bunch of people that have already addressed why people hate the quartering. Like Nerdrotic, D-Day Cobra, heel versus babyface. That just, something seems off there. I refuse to be able to comprehend the fact that you had no idea about this when your constituents had already made videos and had already made statements saying, yeah, what quartering did was wrong. Right? Like, take me and Andy, for example, right? Like, when something happens in the Nasty Club, like, us two are probably going to be the first ones to know about it. Because we're that close. Right? He's going to tell me some stuff that I didn't know, about a certain individual, and I'm going to tell him some stuff that he doesn't know about a certain individual in our group. That's proper communication. All right? Because at the end of the day, it's going to affect our group in the long run. We're a group of friends, but we have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to hold ourselves to the flame. That's what makes our friendships stronger. So, Chrissy, I just don't believe that you weren't informed on this when your other co-hosts on Friday Night Tights had already made statements that had already gotten viral well before you even thought about doing that live stream with Melanie Mac to begin with. You guys understand what I'm trying to say here? It just doesn't add up to me.
I don't want her to get her upset by seeing all of this. Like, was she expecting all this? And again, I was trying to keep my stream to like an hour and a half like I normally do. And the stream ended up going 2 hours and 15 minutes because of all of the super chats. And at the end, I was trying to like move it along. And I wanted to read everybody's super chats because I know that people get upset when you don't do that. But I also felt like, oh God, these super chats are upsetting her. And I feel like it seems like she's talked about it as much as she wants to talk about it. And I didn't want her to get upset. So I just was like, all right, a lot of these chats are saying the same thing. I'm not going to apologize for having her on. She's my friend. I wanted to talk to her about Catholicism, me getting confirmed, and her getting married.
No one said that you had to apologize for having her on your stream. Also, who just entered? It's Dark Warrior. I'm sorry about the Rangers, buddy. I'm really sorry for that.
Don't worry, they were shit today anyway, so.
I thought it was the first goal, and then Maeda did that Pele kick. I'm like, what do I think anything less from these Scottish fucks? Oh God.
I was listening to a stream, and so basically, Chrissy was on a stream with, is it Nina Infinity?
Yeah. It was Nina Infinity and some black guy, and I think they were making snide comments about Brittany Venti. I forgot to bring that up.
So basically, she knew about the Jeremy drama back then, and that was at the end of April.
Yeah.
And now she's trying to like cover herself because obviously, like you were saying, the chat's calling out and demanding some kind of reason to why she's still pretending. Though. Yep.
Yeah, I hopefully we can get to that point where she explains why she didn't let Brittany Venti on. But I mean, this. What the fuck did she just say before you?
I didn't want her to get upset, so I just was like, all right, a lot of these chats are saying the same thing. I'm not going to apologize for having her on. She's my friend. I wanted to talk to her about.
Well, Chrissy, you don't have to apologize for having her on your podcast, you know? You don't have to apologize for that. You just have to apologize for your arrogance towards the facts on why people didn't like the fact that she was on your podcast. Okay? Let's like I said, let's call a spade for a moment here.
Oh, Catholicism, me getting confirmed, and her getting married. She caught the bouquet at my wedding. I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to be like, hey, why wasn't I there to catch your bouquet? But so if it's going to upset you that I'm not here to apologize for having my friend Melanie on to talk about my conversion, I am sorry.
Again, who asked? That's not why people are upset, Chrissy, sweetheart. And if people think I'm being like a softball here, I'm like, as much as I would love to go up into autistic rage, I know Andy would have a fucking boner with that thought in his head, like, oh yeah, he's getting mad. I'm not, you know. It's not that I'm mad at Chrissy. I'm just disappointed in her, you know, that tough, that stern family talking that you have.
And for those of you who are upset that I didn't have Brittany on that stream,
here we go, Dark.
By the time she had messaged me, I had wanted to wrap this show up. I had wanted, because it had been 90 minutes. I get tired at night. But again, it only extended as long as it did because I wanted to get through all the super chats. And please don't give Brittany Venti crap for.
No, Brittany Venti's been the fucking MVP of this whole thing. We're not giving her shit. She's been the fucking star of this. Why would we hate on the woman that has been the fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin of this whole thing?
Or not being on that stream. Please don't give Nina Infinity crap. Like, none of my friends or people I stream with should be getting crap for how I handled or didn't handle a stream.
Nina Infinity should be getting shit, but for different reasons. But with her apology, like what she said on Camelot's stream, I'm willing to throw her a bone. Because I think Nina was trying to be genuine. It's just underlying shit like her back in Ricada. That's where I have an issue.
So I'm not going to apologize for having my friend on because that's retarded and I'm allowed to make the content I want to make. I also really want to address Nina Infinity's stream from 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks before I had Melanie on, I was on a
just like you asked, Dark. Here we go.
Stream with Nina Infinity and also Verbal Riot, where we did discuss the quartering drama. And I watched it last night to refresh myself because I heard that I was listening to Camelot and Nina's stream. And I was like, wow, I need to listen back to this. You know, if we talked about this Jeremy stuff more than I had remembered, let me.
Wait. So oh my God. Chrissy, you did know. So you're either you're trying to cover up shit or you're just that ignorant? Bro.
And I listened back to it and I'm gonna
let her cook.
I was honestly shocked. I was like, wow, I'm actually really embarrassed that I didn't recall everything in this conversation. It's and I dropped the ball. I should have been up to speed on everything. And but the main point I'm making here is I did not connect Jeremy's drama to Melanie. And this Nina stream happened 2 weeks before my stream with Melanie.
You didn't, but you knew you've been on the quartering stream, and quartering's been on Friday Night Tights, if I'm not mistaken. The episode with Alex Jones. Am I right, Dark?
That's right. Yep.
And
he's got around.
So yeah, you should know right then and there that Melanie did have a close association with the quartering.
Oh, she's on the payroll, and that's why she's been them.
Yeah, we obviously know. We've known that, Dark, for the longest time.
Compartmentalize that. Well, that's Jeremy's stuff. Right. That's not Melanie's stuff, if that makes any sense. I didn't bail on Camelot's stream on Thursday. I know he's making it sound like I bailed on his stream. I always had a scheduled guest Thursday. So I streamed with Melanie Wednesday. Thursday, I had my own in-studio guest.
Hold on,
Nikki
I'm going to
Hunt.
fact check her on this. I'm going to fact check her. What is it? No! Fuck!
On a vacation.
Fuck my ass. Yeah, yeah, she's right. It was, this Nikki Huntsman individual. I don't know much about her, but okay, so she is telling the truth there. But at the same time, you know, you could have at least acknowledged Camelot in that.
Huntsman, who I'd scheduled a while back. So I had her on, and she's not like in this part of the internet, so I wasn't gonna spend my whole episode with her going over this stuff. So that's why that happened, and Camelot knew I had that stream already. And then Nikki was an hour late, and not like giving her crap, but like it was an hour late, which pushed everything back later, and I just didn't have time to go on his stream after that.
Okay.
So
okay.
I didn't bail on Camelot. I didn't like purposely not have Brittany on. I wasn't trying to do an ambush gotcha stream. That's not really my style. And I know from experience that that's how you lose friends. Is by throwing somebody on and at the last minute being like, haha, just kidding. We're not here to talk about your wedding. We're here to, you know what I'm saying? I also need to touch on the fact that I was given conflicting messages about what was going on with Jeremy. It's hard to ascertain the gravity and the truth of a situation when I'm being told two different things. You know, I have one very good friend telling me, look into this. And then I have another very good friend telling me, this is a nothing burger. This is just drama.
Who are those friends?
And then when I tweet, what's going on with Jeremy? The responses are, cuck. He's a cuck. Okay, I don't care about his like sexual life or his marriage or...
Well, if they're spamming that, you should probably look a little deeper into that, all right?
You can understand how that's confusing. That's a lot of different conflicting messages.
Not really.
So that's why, Nina's stream wasn't really top of mind, because I was being told by Melanie that it was not a big deal and that it was a nothing burger. So it's that's I'm not going to read her DMs. I don't really like to read anybody DMs. I think that's a sleazy thing to do, but I'm just trying to explain, like, I was given a lot of information on this, and I'm just now kind of going through and figuring out like what's true and what's not.
I mean, it really just comes down to 3 bullet points, really. Kino Casino, actually, well, a couple bullet points, but Kino Casino covers quartering. They expose quartering's relationship with a known sex pest, a bull, as they always say, right around the time he's doing a financial audit. And this, in turn, gets misconstrued as, oh, they're going after my wife and my family, and then the Kino Casino gets their shit shut down. It's literally just 4 steps.
I have to clarify that I'm not being paid by Jeremy in any way, shape, or form.
Bullshit! You literally had Coffee Brand Coffee as one of your sponsors! Yes, you were paid! Maybe not by quartering himself, but you were paid by his associates. Guilt by association, that counts.
I accepted coffee from him.
It counts!
For an event we did back in September called the Content Hotel. It was
that counts.
8 months ago. He sent me coffee. He was one of 12 sponsors who sent different food or coffee or whatever for the green room for the event. And so I thanked him just like I thanked all the other sponsors in the body of that event, if that makes sense. So I thanked Coffee Brand Coffee in the content house description.
Brand oranges.
It's not like I'm thanking him on every single stream. I think somebody may have taken a screenshot of that and ran with it to make it look like I'm sponsored by Jeremy or sponsored by Coffee Brand Coffee. It was that one event. He gave me coffee for a 48-hour live stream 8 months ago, and that's it. I hope that clears that up.
If you don't have that sponsorship, then shouldn't you get rid of that and edit your stuff in afterwards? Like, if I'm being sponsored by, like, you know, Big League Chew, right? And we cut off ties afterwards, am I supposed to keep their shit in my description? Just a thought.
Another important thing to keep in mind here is that I am not the streamer or person that I was 2 years ago. I'm contrary to what a lot of you think. I am not terminally online. I'm taking care of a 2-year-old all the time, all day. I don't have him in daycare. I don't have him in preschool. He's completely unvaccinated, so I can't put him in daycare or preschool. I have to watch him. He's all day with me, and I am not trying to have. I'm really doing the best I can. I'm probably gonna have to homeschool him because we live in New York, and you have to take like 1,000 different vaccines to even get into kindergarten. So I'm like preparing myself for that, but I'm really trying not to have.
You know I run a thing called the Berserker Nasty Podcast, and I know I'm often called the Autistic Berserker, but at the same time, Chrissy, I just want you to know I'm not as berserk as to mock you for the stress that you go through in these things, all right? I will go after you for other shit, but I won't be going after your family like that, or your child. I'm not as berserk to mock your stress or your child like that, okay? I promise. Like, I dead promise.
Have when people say, Chrissy, why don't you have videos on the background? Why don't you research more? I'm really not. I don't have the TV on when he's with me all day. I'm really trying not to look at my phone. I'm really not trying to expose him to much screens while he's with me. I'm trying to read to him. I'm making sure he's eating. I'm making sure he's napping. You know, you guys, all of you that are parents know this. So I'm just trying to let you guys know that, like, yeah, a couple years ago before I was married with a kid, I did have time to do a deep dive on, say, like an Eliza Blue. But I don't have the time or mental bandwidth to do that anymore because my priorities have shifted. I'm a mom.
My only advice to you, Chrissy, on that front, don't use that as an excuse for people to feel pity, okay? Because that's the worst thing you could do is throw your child under the bus like that. Like, I'm not doing it as a way to roast. I'm doing this to be serious, all right? I made that mistake with my nephew, okay? I'm probably going to delete that video after this, as a matter of fact. But just don't fall into that trap.
So much rather be a good mother and a bad streamer than the other way around. And sorry. So I don't have time to do the research that I used to do or should do. I do a lot of I've done more. Now I do like gaming streams. I do reactions to body cam footage. I do content that like doesn't require a whole ton of prep work because I know I don't have the time to do like the research and stuff. And I've got like hours of shows to watch for FNT every week. And then I'm still trying to find time to be with my husband before he takes over for the night and I have to start streaming.
Shit. Dark. Give me a second. I didn't know I wasn't sharing my screen with you. Or are you watching my stream? My bad. Either way, my bad.
I'm just not, you might think, oh, it's so easy, but I'm doing.
Oh, are you just watching from my perspective? Okay.
I'm reacting to body cam footage. I'm doing gaming streams. Yes, I still do have some interviews, but nowhere nearly as much as I used to do 2 years ago before the baby. So, and if you'll know, people who follow me know that like I am not doing morning streams anymore because that's when I'm with him. All my streams are all basically outside of FNT, 9 p.m. or later, because that's when he is asleep for the night. He's 2 and he's still nursing, and I don't know how to get him to stop.
Hold on. I know I keep pausing a lot, but just let me look at the comment section here. How do I pull up chat? Live chat. Open panel. I mean, my thing is she's lying in certain areas, but there are some points where I think she's being genuine, but then there are other points where she's kind of derailing herself. You know, I think she's looking at this too.
Even today on Mother's Day, I was trying to like,
I don't know,
pull my boob out at the brunch table. Anyway, that's
wait a minute.
That's neither here nor there.
Wait.
So,
I think we're kind of done past that. Brittany Venti's on, Dark. Brittany fucking Venti's on. I have to see this part.
So
she'll tell you as is.
It wasn't a privacy complaint. It was that Jeremy had threatened to get his non-Indian YouTuber representative, to strike the Kino Casino. He said he would take everything, and then he was publicly endorsing it. And so it wasn't a privacy complaint.
Okay.
That's true.
And then also, it's not about like guilt by association. It's that Melanie was defending Jeremy's actions, not really addressing them, and then reframing it as, well, it's just because the hater trolls, SJWs, whatever, and people who had legitimate criticism, rightfully so.
Also, who are these women right here? Kimberly Culture and Cherry Perez. Ooh, they're not bad looking. Future wives, eat your heart out, Bukaki Gaylord. Right, continue,
of him trying to deplatform people that you are co-hosted with on FNT, him coming for me and everybody else, that's wrong, and Melanie.
How many channels were taken down? I mean, Luther Morgan, Mikey No More, I think, had a strike, but then that got reversed because it was fair use. Meme Copium, Camelot's got 2 strikes on his channel. Yellow Flash has a strike. And, of course, Andy Worski's other channel that he hasn't used in years got taken down. A lot of people, man. That's a lot of damage. That's the thing that's kind of irking me about Chrissy, is that she's kind of downplaying, like, the severity of the whole situation. I think she understands it, but I think she's downplaying, like, the overall severity.
Melanie is essentially co-signing it and not really addressing it on stream and reframing it like it's just trolls. And I don't think it's fair to say that it's just guilt by association.
Yeah, it's definitely not. But she also, like, Melanie comes off extremely manipulative in this whole situation.
Oh, yes!
Well, as Chrissy said in the intro, she said that Melanie was kind of saying, oh, it's a nothing burger type of thing, versus,
she did.
You know, Nina had messaged Chrissy about it. She had the stream about it where Nina showed the screenshot of the tweet from Jeremy that said that he was coming for my scalp, Yellow Flash, and a few other people, and Chrissy's coworker, parentheses, more than one. But anyway, so Chrissy had seen this, and when I saw this, after I got off the phone with Chrissy, and she had gotten done telling me, like, well, I didn't know stuff. And then I see that stream where Nina is breaking the entire thing down, where, hey, like, Jeremy deplatformed people. Here's a screenshot of the tweet of him going after Brittany, Yellow Flash, and other people. And then it's like, well, I didn't know. It's like, well, in my opinion, to Chrissy, as I said on the phone to her, I think it was more than enough information. And I get and Chrissy is being honest when she's saying that she has a lot of in real life stuff going on. Like, I'm going to be honest and fair.
I believe her. I believe her there.
She does. And obviously she doesn't want to like talk about it online. But anyway, so it's like this inconsistency. And it's like, one more thing. Specifically,
hold on. I thought, did Tyler's fucking text something? Oh, he did. What's up? I see Tyler in chat.
Nina had sent a message to you, Chrissy, on the day that you had Melanie on. And she said, well, Chrissy, you're going to ask Melanie about Jeremy. And then you didn't respond to it. So I understand where you're saying, I didn't connect the Jeremy thing was connected to Melanie, but Nina connected it for you and had explained it 2 weeks prior. And then 2 weeks before that, you responded to Melanie's tweet. So that I don't understand how it's the case that you didn't connect it. And I think that's how other people view it too.
And I
Dark, it's just exactly what the fuck I said. I think she did know, but I think she was too ignorant to kind of put the pieces together. It's just exactly what the fuck I said. Thank you, Brittany. You proved my point. I love her fucking name at the bottom says Orange Peeler. That's fucking amazing.
I totally understand how people are viewing it. I did not connect all of Jeremy's drama and bullshit to Melanie. I did not. When I interviewed her, it was to speak on these other topics, and I didn't think she was responsible for what Jeremy did, if that makes sense. And when
Nina messaged you, what did you think?
I wish that I had, like I said earlier, I dropped the ball. I should have recalled that conversation with Nina. And again, it shouldn't reflect poorly on you or Nina. Like, we tried to warn you. Again, like, no one should be giving you shit. You guys are not my producers. You're not like in charge of my content. So nobody should be giving you a hard time.
No one has.
Or like associating you poorly with me.
Nobody has.
I tried to tell her, like, I'm so embarrassed that I didn't recall that conversation with Nina from 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? I had, like I said, I have a lot going on, and it's not. I should have had all, crossed all my T's, dotted all my I's. I should have, I should have been more. But I'm thinking I'm just talk to her about what I want to talk to her about, which is my conversion, which is not something I have to like research because I just went through it. And
you said there was conflicting things, right? That Melanie was saying like, oh, it's a nothing burger essentially, right? But Nina 2 weeks had told you otherwise. So if you're saying that you had her on anyway because there was a confliction, then that doesn't make sense to say that therefore you didn't know. But even if we did assume that, right? And it's like, you just didn't remember from 2 weeks ago, even though it's serious, like I think that would be something to remember when he's saying he's going to go after me and he's already deplatformed people. I think that's on your,
especially since you and Nina were talking about Brittany in that aforementioned stream that Dark Warrior brought up. Yeah, do you see now why people are a bit upset with you, Chrissy?
Responsibility, especially because we've known each other a long time and we worked together a long time, to take something like that seriously. And when
I want to remind you all of something, all right? Those two ladies right there, Brittany and Chrissy Mayer, and Nina Infinity, they were like thick as thieves, all right? They were like tight-knit. They went after Vito for the whole, the non-offending pedophile bullshit? One of my favorite streams ever where they just grilled that fat piece of slop. Even fatter than the quartering. But like these, it's just really bad. It's just fucked up optics to see that they have to collide like this.
Nina's telling you as your friend. So she even told you the day of. She told you before she had her on.
Into it, and one friend is saying it's a nothing burger. It's like that cancels each other out. And then when in my tweet where I was like, what's going on with Jeremy? Everyone's like, he's a cuck. He's a cuck. It's like, I'm not interested in his love life. Okay. I think anybody can understand these are conflicting, confusing messages. And
yeah, okay.
The friend I'm about to do a stream with is saying it's no big deal. So I'm kind of going to go with that because that is who I'm going to speak with. If that makes sense. Again,
I see what you're saying, but if you're saying that
I knew everything I do now, and like putting all the dots together, and I have spent so much time these last few days, literally ignoring my toddler to the point where he's in tears and making a fucking fit. But mommy's got to get up in the ordering drama, so tough shit. Watch Sesame Street, and that's what we had to do these last few days. So,
stop it.
Again,
Chrissy, I'm really sorry that happened.
Like I did today, back then, it would have been a completely different interview.
But when you're saying stuff like that, it makes it sound like, well, dang, I have to like take accountability here. And it's like, you know, you open the stream with, I was bullied into it. And I don't think anybody would want you to say anything you don't mean if you're bullied into this. Like, who's bullying you into this?
Redwood, I got dragged back into... It's a one-off stream. I'm not, like, back to full-time streaming yet. It's going to take a while, but, you know, this whole situation, it was kind of impossible for me to ignore, especially when Dark and Mr. T94 and Andy Jones are like, yeah, you should, if you're going to give your opinion on this, you should stream. I'm like, fucking fine. Damn.
Yes. And all I'm saying is that there was a conflict with Nina telling you about Melanie the day of in the message. Hey, you're going to ask about Jeremy.
Yeah, I didn't see that message.
So there's that.
Where I streamed with Melanie. I was focusing on Melanie and these issues that I'm dealing with. It was literally taking place the whole morning of before I streamed with Melanie. So I'm focusing on my private stuff, and then at night I had my stream with Melanie. So again, like hindsight is 2020.
Dude, all four of these ladies. You know what? That will solve the issue right there. Ladies, allow me to show you what tasty delights come from the Heath Bar.
Yeah, I mean, what I said this to Chrissy before, and you know, she's correct. Hindsight is 2020.
You know what Cherry reminds me of? She reminds me of Cruel World Happy Mind. She's basically like the much more presentable, non-bimbo version of Cruel World Happy Mind. And then Kimberly just looks like she's high. Anyway, let's hear what Kimberly has to say.
But in a situation like that where like you may not be like up to date, or not necessarily not up to date, but not have connected the pieces yourself, you're trying to have a different kind of stream. If you're having a stream with your friend and someone's trying to like say, oh no, like switch the stream, have somebody else on, at the very least you could say like, you know, I'll let Melanie decide if it's too much for her, then we can do a different stream where we talk about this. That way there's transparency for everyone. Because DJ Cobra said it best, like the chat is the most important part of the stream. That's why we're here. It's what we do it for. So yeah, like, is there a better way to have handled that situation? I completely agree. I also understand being overwhelmed by chat in the moment. And I watch your content. I think you're a great content creator. I think you're coming from a place of truth and logic. I don't think that you're trying to be malicious. Neither do I. I don't think Chrissy's trying to be malicious, but I definitely don't think you're on.
I don't think Chrissy's trying to be malicious either. I just think, you know, her story's just not adding up. You know, she's not being consistent. She's not being truthful with herself. I don't think it's done with malicious intent at all. I just don't see that with Chrissy. I just think it was just ignorance from stress. You know, I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt on all of it, but she's just gotta fill in the blanks here. And I think Brittany has been trying to give her the door on so many occasions right now. It's like, look, I get it. You know, maybe so-and-so happened and all that. She's trying to give... Brittany's trying to give Chrissy the benefit of the doubt here, which is smart. Let's listen in still.
On here to be any kind of like just like get little digs in at all. But I do think that maybe there could be some kind of like meet in the middle moment here, and I hope we could get to that. But I do understand how it looks, and appearances are truth, so they say, and that maybe should be addressed. But that's just coming from someone who's like observing, Chrissy's side of things, and then trying to see Jeremy. He's his asshole. I think we can all agree he's like done the most fucked up shit here, and like anyway, I don't necessarily I don't have to go into my whole opinion on that right now, but I just hope that like this can be a setting where we can meet in the middle a little bit.
So why wasn't it a red flag for you when you have two conflicting things? Because you said you were thinking about the Nina thing, you're thinking about the Melanie thing. They're saying conflicting things. She's saying it's nothing burger. Nina's like, Chrissy, this is serious. Why is that not a red flag to look further into?
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, I know, like, Brittany, you're probably wishing, like, why didn't you handle this like I would have handled it? And, like, I wish I had your brain. I wish I had your talent for investigative journalism. I wish I had your talent for deep dives. It's why people love you, Vendi. It's why you have a whole chat calling for you. It's because you're so good at what you do. And it's why you're fun to watch and you're entertaining and you're fun to have on stream. I can't go back and change anything. I can only try to illuminate what's
that?
She's deflecting because she knows she's been caught.
Yes. Yeah, like she's trying to do the Fauci thing, where he's trying to deflect the answer. It's exactly what Fauci did when he was in front of Senator Paul. Good Lord, it's literally word for word. Look at Kimberly's face, like right here. Look at that. She's just like, I don't know if this is how you should be going about it, Chrissy.
Can change anything. I can only try to.
Should get like are we get for like
with me?
Brittany Vintage has got to be get for like Road Dogg Thompson. Oh, you did know?
You ass better call somebody.
At the time.
Yeah, I think Chrissy knew it. She got caught, and she's got a bit of guilt, and that's why she's talking too much.
Yeah,
it.
It's like they say. I agree with them. I don't think she's being malicious. I think she is guilty, but she doesn't want to be. She doesn't know how to convey the fact that she's guilty.
Yeah, exactly. That's why she's waffling.
Right.
So I understand you're saying there's your intent there, but obviously, like, there was a misstep. And when you're saying things like, hey, I'm being bullied into it, and like, I'm apologizing for having Melanie on, it's not that people want you. I mean, maybe some trolls, but like, it's not about like you having Melanie on. It's the fact that she was on and then given no pushback, as she is essentially co-signing and laughing with Jeremy. She's replying to his tweet about them getting on the platform.
Jeremy wasn't on.
Well, hold on. So on Twitter, when the Kino Casino got deplatformed off of YouTube because of Jeremy rallying for that and threatening to use his connections as a channel with 2 million subscribers, he posted a card that had like casino theme on it right after they got banned. It was the #1 trending thing. This is his job. He knows it's happening. He's been honed in on this for weeks at this point, arguing with them, going on drunken rampages, deleting stuff. He posts this card to taunt them, and then Melanie replies to it. So things like that are seen as her co-signing it, and she has not, even to this point, spoken up on her friend that, well, he pays her, so people have a problem with that too. And then she's not speaking up on the deplatforming.
Yes.
And so it's not, oh, well, I'm not going to apologize for not having a friend on. It's the fact there's no pushback, and the Kino Casino is not able to go on their YouTube and defend themselves. So that's why people wanted me on. And if you didn't want to have me on, then it should have probably been you that gave some pushback, considering that Nina had given you the rundown on stream. And it was enough to have some red flags. And even though it's a mistake on your end, like, there's still like mistakes made that should, if it were me, I would apologize, but it just,
sorry I didn't connect Melanie to Jeremy's drama. I didn't realize that what he did was her in some way she was complicit in. Like the tweet you're mentioning, I didn't see it. I'm not like up on everything. I'm not watching everybody's content. The only video that
My question is, well, I don't know if I've seen that stream yet. Did Nina inform Chrissy of the snide tweets that Melanie co-signed? Because they do kind of get lost in detail amongst the flood of all of the bullshit with Yellow Flash and Camelot and all of that. Maybe they got lost in translation. I don't know. I haven't seen that stream. Maybe Brittany calls it out here. I can't make a judgment on that. Or maybe Kimberly will call it out. I don't know. Let's listen.
that I ended up watching.
Well, it was trending for like 3 weeks.
Okay, that's great. But you know what's also trending is my fucking personal life and the shitstorm that is my dad being murdered and other stuff that I don't want to get into. So
Chrissy, no, what did I just... Dark, what did I just say earlier when she was talking about her child? Don't use your personal life as an excuse for pity. Okay? It's not going to work. I'm letting you know.
She's trying to take the focus off the question being asked now, I think.
Yep, she's pulling a Fauci. She's 100% pulling a Fauci.
Sometimes
You don't have to.
Sometimes your 2-year-old does take precedent over the quartering drama, and I wish I could.
Yeah, but you're choosing to work, and your work is to be free speech, and then you platform.
My job is to be a
here we
mother.
go.
I stream to make diaper money, and again, I already said I dropped the ball. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I already said.
Well, you said you were bullied into it. That's the thing, Chrissy. I'm trying to point out to you that it feels inconsistent. You're saying, "Yay, hey, I dropped the ball," but hey, I'm also being bullied into it in the hostile chat, and then it feels like victimization, which is what Jeremy's been doing this whole time, which is why he had to delete his Twitter account today and run away.
I think Melanie shrugged off a lot of that chat onto you, and I think you were trying to be a friend, but also like the chat was ambushing her for a reason, and the reaction, like despite the intent, which I've known you long enough to believe that there wasn't a bad intention there, but
Bruh, oh my god, look at Sherry's face here.
which
She is like, what have I gotten myself into? She's like, what have I done with my life to get to this point?
Let's escape.
Yeah, Alt F4, ma'am. Alt F4.
I've known you long enough to believe that.
She's like, oh my gosh. I could be doing anything else with my life. What's that meme? Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. I'm sorry, I had to point it out.
There wasn't a bad intention there, but what the appearance of that was that you were trying to make sure that she didn't have to take the heat, and what that did was pass it off to you. And whether or not she intended for that to happen, we'll live in a world where she wasn't being malicious, but like I think there's argument for the other end of that.
Oh yeah, Melanie should have known that would have happened for sure.
She knew.
Yeah,
no, I am going to sit down on that. Melanie would have known that drama would have followed her into that chat, despite how long in advance you had planned this. This was reason. She knew it was going to happen. She knew it was all over the internet. This has been trending for months, and like I said, I don't know. Her whole argument about like, oh, I don't have to mention it goes out the window when you hear the things that the quartering is willing to go on live and say about her. So he's allowed to talk all the shit he wants about the people on his network. He's allowed to like, reflect on, oh, well, like we wouldn't be sexually compatible because I don't like her boobs. While she's on her honeymoon, she's not going to address that. Come on, give me a break. I think
that's the same reason people had quartering under fire for the bull and cuck stuff, because why are you bringing a swinger around your wife when you're branding off of being a Christian too? His co-host's a Christian, Melanie, very, very much online.
And why are you talking about another man's wife and her big boobs when you already have a wife? Quartering, you sick slob.
Talking about Christianity.
So, Chrissy, when you're answering the chats for her, like I said, despite your intention, that's what's happening. That's what people are seeing.
And I was so overwhelmed by the chat, and I froze, and my instinct was to like protect my friend. And looking back, I now feel stupid because she probably expected.
She manipulated you, Chrissy. Let's call a spade a spade. Melanie's been doing that ever since her days working in IGN. She had to suck off every one of the bigwigs just to get a spot at E3. And she carried that when she went over to the other side of the spectrum. When she leaned over to the right and became a full-blown Christian, even though one moment she's promoting skimpy-clad women in a video game, and in the next moment she's against it. Like, you've been dealing with the manipulator, in the words of Miller from Phantom Pain. Melanie played you like a damn fiddle. She's done this constantly. Didn't matter if she was working for IGN. It didn't matter if she was working for Jeremy the Ham Planet. That's her MO. It's no different than Black Flags Matter. Black Flags Matter did the same shit. Said that he was going to do one thing and then manipulated people so that way they'd get off his back so he could continue to plagiarize shit.
All of that, where I was not expecting 1,000 oranges. I was not expecting 1,000 brooms. And
she might have thought you were okay with it. I don't know what's in Melanie's head, right?
Look,
but
probably a lot of bisexual dick. That's what's on Melanie's mind. Let's get serious for a moment. Let's address the massive elephant in the room. And I'm not talking the quartering either.
Okay, but I don't believe that for a second. I think it was really rude and really manipulative. And I think that a true friend, if we're on the other end of that, wouldn't just sit there and say nothing while the chat kept coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in.
She knew
that very much left you out to hang.
How could you not know, right? It's like, because of how bad Jeremy has to lock everything down. So I definitely agree. Like,
go ahead.
Oh, do we freeze?
Okay, sorry.
Has anybody tried to have a stream with Melanie where this stuff is specifically called out, or a stream with Jeremy where this?
They've tried.
I think she would do that. I don't think she would do that stream. I think if somebody, even in the neutral space, I don't think so I really don't think she would. I think she would ignore it. I think she would, and then she, like I said, I think she knew that if she came on this chat, that stuff would follow her here, and she knew that you were a loyal friend, and I think that was extremely manipulative on her part, and I stand by that, because fundamentally it's like, okay, I actually know you IRL too, for a large extent. We spoke for a long time. We've shared a lot of personal stuff together, and do I think that you are a person at the end of the day who has malicious intention? Absolutely not.
No.
Do we all fumble and do things that are come off wrong, and you can add 100.
Dark, you can tell almost instantly they're trying to give her as many outs as possible. They're trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, and she doesn't know what to do with it. They're giving her the ball, but she doesn't know what direction she needs to run to score the goal. It's insane.
Yeah, I think it's because she doesn't want to pick a side, because when you pick a side, she probably won't speak to Melanie Mac if she really tells them the proper information, you know what I mean? So that's probably why she's on the fence.
Do you think that's why? Because of the fact... Do you think... I have a theory on that, Dark, because you saying that, I just thought of this. Is it possible the fact that she was not allowed on Friday Night Tights after that interview... Do you think that may have spooked her a little bit to the point where she's starting to have, like you said, that conflict where if she's afraid of taking sides at that point? Is it possible? I think so.
I think it might be because women obviously care more than men upon their social kind of image.
Right.
Hence why Melanie Mac is dying on that field with Jeremy.
Yeah.
Because it's a payday for her. Because he pays her. So that's why she's dying on that hill.
Yeah, but with Chrissy, there's a little bit more of a conflict because of her associations with Friday Night Tights and all that. And I think her having that interview with someone that she considered a friend has put her in a really bad space where she's kind of spooked. It's like, damn, what side do I go on here?
Yeah, it's a case of if I take that side, I won't be accepted by this side, but if I take this side, you know what I mean? So it's like, she can't, like you say, they're trying to give her a leeway to explain herself, but she obviously doesn't want to take it, so to speak, take a side. That's the impression I think she's trying to. Yeah.
I think she's spooked. Let's see. I'm intrigued now. It looks like they're still going on. Wow, how many? Damn, we're like 19 minutes behind.
Pieces together and try to make it, whatever it is. But I don't think the intention or the root of your intention has ever been malicious towards anyone. And I think that Melanie knew coming in, people were going to flood the chat, and she knew that you were a person who would be willing to stand up for her. And then when as it kept getting worse, she was just sitting there like.
And my
how was your weekend? I don't work for the quartering. I don't know what that means. Like, don't make me take out my triangle. I brought it.
And in that moment, I thought, well, it seems like she has explained everything she has to explain. It seems like she's talked about this all she wants to. And then I was like, oh, I guess I'm. So if it looked like I'm trying to speed through the super, I was trying to wrap up, and there's so many super chats, and I was like. I was really overwhelmed, and I froze, and I didn't want her to get upset.
Like nothing, and also right now, I can tell this is stressing to you right now. Like I can tell that this is something that's actually weighing on your mind. And if it was really just about superficial nonsense, it wouldn't weigh on your mind. So like I'm just maybe I'm the pregnant woman trying to appeal to emotion, but the fact of the matter is, like, were mistakes made? Sure, that's absolutely the case. Melanie's being extremely manipulative. Jeremy has been caught saying and doing disgusting things. And it's not like that's changed. It's not like, oh, well, it's post conversion. After conversion, you're still talking about your co-host boobs and why that makes her unfuckable. So excuse me, it's just like, we're not buying it. And everybody else, and she is directly covering for that. And she's saying, well, I don't have to comment. Like, maybe on some of this stuff, the network you're working with, like maybe you should have something to say about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and while you're right that she definitely has some accountability.
Bruh, I'm sorry. I gotta get a look at Cherry's face.
Yeah, and while
Cherry's like, damn, I think I'm at the wrong business meeting. I think I'm in the wrong stream. Oh, shit. Her face.
Alt Control Delete, motherfucker.
Control Alt Delete. I'm gonna pack up my shit, ladies. I will see you all later. You all can rip each other apart. I don't want to be a part of it. Damn. Is this the TikTok influencer convention? Oh shit, I mentioned the wrong one. Where's Charlie at?
You're right that she definitely has some accountability. Like, there's still responsibility on Chrissy too, though, as a host to research, and especially when there's a red flag that pops up. And yeah, Chrissy's saying she didn't do it perfectly, but like, there's so many things along the way, which is like, Nina tells you right before you have Melanie on, and there's a bunch of hours between that. You're informed 2 weeks prior. So it's like it's your responsibility as a host, even if you're busy, your child, and of course you're a mother first. But like at the end of the day, the chat's still giving you money, whether you want to say it's your job or not. They're the ones still giving you money as a free speech platform. So to have Melanie on and she's covering for Jeremy and him deplatforming people, it's not good. And it's not good to say that you're bullied into this and that the chat's hostile, because it's valid criticism.
Well, it was very hostile.
So I want to know who's bullying you.
Yeah. Well, not having. I would have maybe leaned on Melanie more to answer the questions too.
I'm sure people in there were incendiary, but it makes it seem like victimization. Mm-hmm. So I want to know who is bullying. Who is bullying you to do this? Because you opened with, "Hey,
yeah." That's another thing. If you're gonna call out somebody, call them out by name. Like, I could, and you know what? Me and Dark, you could back me up on this because you were there when this shit down. I can name you all the individuals that were going after MCU fan in the SimCity debacle. I can name them all 6 of them. You want to help me out, Dark? You want to help me out with it?
Yep, I know who they are. I know a few. I don't know all of them, but I know a few of the names. Anyway.
Yeah, we had Blabs, Arkasul, Nazmir, Creamnado. Mazza was opening his dick liquor. And I think that's about it.
I think, I don't know if that Creamnado said anything. I'm not 100% sure. But the other ones definitely did say something.
Yeah, no, Creamnado came in and was trying to fucking start shit with Dermy, and then that became like its own thing too. So, yeah, like it's not that hard to call out people by name, is what I'm trying to say. I've done it numerous times. I just did it with Black Flags Matter, the other individuals that I just brought up. Tom Connors, I've called him out numerous times. Highlight Heaven, there's still a video of me calling out Highlight Heaven for his bullshit. Geeky Pixie, Dark, you know a thing or two about that.
Okay.
Fucking hell. It's not that hard to call out people by name. And I got laughed at for saying that on Ryan Kindle saying, like, no. You call out the individual, you can put a dent in whatever's the fucking issue is.
Yep.
And Mr. T94, if you hear this, I'm sorry for having to bring up those guys. I know Creamnado is your friend on Pin Down. It's just, it's an unfortunate incident, all right? I call it as I say.
I think the whole thing just got really blown up proportion because Blabs took things personally when there was nothing malicious at all.
There wasn't. There were underlying factors in that drama, but at the same time, it. How do I describe this? It was independent from what the actual drama was. Like, there was like stuff with the Legion of Memers. I think even the full Aussie was in on it at one point. But that was like, that's a whole different can of worms for a different table, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway.
Well, that's it. The whole chat is a meme. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, it was a meme, but then there was some outlying stuff that got carried in that made people think, oh, these people are being legitimate creepy, which wasn't the case. You know, and it's something that I've said on this stream numerous times. I'm not afraid to address it. Right? But the point I'm trying... I bet you're all wondering, Heath, what the hell does this have to do with anything? The point I'm trying to say is, don't be afraid to call out people by name, And I think Brittany Venti's trying to do that. If there are actual people that are, like, harassing Chrissy Mayer, they should be called out by name. They should be ousted.
I'm being bullied into this, and it makes it seem like everything else you say is not legitimate.
I don't know. From what I see on Twitter, there's very much a call for me to talk about this stuff. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine if I didn't? Can you imagine?
What did you say, Dark? Tiptoe through the window.
No, I was just saying, Jeremy, that's probably the one who's got, like, probably using leverage against her, so that's why she's not going to mention his name for who's controlling it.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of these people have skeletons in their closet. Chrissy does, for a fact. Like, there's some shit that's been coming out about her, which I'm just like, I was like facepalm. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like the stuff with the Christmas presents and the clothes. I'm like, come on. We'll get to that near the end of the stream, guys. Don't you worry.
Can you imagine if I just didn't bring this up? How bad that would be.
But that just sounds like you're doing it to just do it instead of doing it because you realize there's an error in what you did, that you're informed about it.
I was never wanting to talk about the Quarterings drama.
But that conflicts with your brand, your free speech. You profit off of being free speech, and you have the
I'm just trying to explain that I had Melanie on.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Conversion, and I had her on to talk about her wedding. What does that have to do with Jeremy's drama? It's Melanie
because she co-signed deplatforming.
She tried to use you as an excuse to deflect. Like, she manipulated you, Chrissy. Like, don't get belligerent. You know what I mean? Don't get belligerent against Brittany. She's trying to help you.
But
you were told this by Nina.
Like, it's almost like you're not listening to what I'm saying. I didn't know Melanie.
I am.
Of course, after the fact, this is all coming together. But when I was going into that interview with Melanie, I didn't know she was co-signing the deplatforming. I didn't know if she was encouraging it or saying it was okay. I didn't think his mistakes had anything to do with her.
Right, but it was trending for 3 weeks. You have multiple red flags. You have to take time out to research it.
As I was 2 years ago. I don't wish I vaccinated my kid and put him in daycare. Yeah, I'd have a ton more time, but then he'd be having myocarditis and possibly dying in daycare. So I'm really sorry I didn't have as much time to do internet research.
Oh my God. Dark, she did the thing. She did the fucking thing I warned her earlier on this stream. She used her kid as an excuse for pity.
Just like Jeremy uses his wife, even though he talks about it all the time.
Son of a bitch!
Before interviewing my friend about my conversion and her wedding.
But do you see how that sounds like a lack of accountability? Because it's like, well, I'm just here because I had to be. That's how it comes across.
No, I have this show every Sunday at 9:00. And this is the drama that came up for me this week. So, of course, I have to address it on my show.
Well, yeah, because it is about platforming. And, unfortunately, Kino Casino can't be here to address it because Jeremy removed them, and as well as flagging other people and your co-hosts. He came for your co-host as well from FNT.
Yeah, I hope everybody who had their channels taken down by him gets them back. That's really messed up, and that's not cool.
Well, it seems
I think
when you have Melanie on and she's sweeping for it by not acknowledging it repeatedly, and you say, well, hey, I'm not here to talk about that with Melanie. Well, look how it turned out. And it's a conflict of interest because you're having someone that's helping getting people that me, your co-host, other people, she's co-signing them getting deplatformed. And for all we know, this stream could go down too because of it.
Well, hell, my stream could go down. Hell, my whole channel could go down because I was talking about it. Because, like I said, it's not just the big YouTubers that Jeremy's screwing over here, the quartering screwing over. It's not just the big channels. It's not just the likes of Chrissy and Brittany Venti and Nina Infinity or Camelot, Yellow Flash, Bearing, Nicholas Diorio. It's not just them. It's the smaller guys. It's the guys like me, guys like Dermy, guys like Nagernal, your boy, and guys like the GCA. Like those, because it sets a nasty precedent where, okay, if the big guys can't talk about shit, the little guys can't either. So you rob everybody from the privilege to be able to talk about whoever they want in a constructive and entertaining manner. And Melody Mack has co-signed this at your expense, Chrissy. And Brittany and Kimberly here are trying to nail that through your head. And Cherry here, she's just a token chick to stare at. I'm surprised Bukkake Lord isn't in this chat. He's probably, if he was, he's probably would be on his third bottle of Vaseline right about now.
Well, she was pretending also that like he there's no like every mention of him possibly being involved in the flagging was like a conspiracy theory, you know, like likened to the SJWs spreading lies to get people deplatformed. And that was just not the case. He was like openly bragging about how people were gonna feel his wrath, you know, and that's especially if you don't understand that context fully, or if you don't like see that happening in real time.
Well, here's the thing. She's the Chrissy's point of contention with that is that, well, she didn't know that Melanie was connected with that. But my point of contention with that is that, and it's not about like paying for the sins of friends. Melanie herself did something wrong as a content creator that is supposed to be pro free speech. And by platforming her and her sweeping under the rug and it not being pressed, because you didn't press her on it despite Nina giving you information on him deplatforming. So that's what needs to be acknowledged. And it just feels like it keeps turning into like my toddler, which of course Chrissy is a mom and she should prioritize that. But you know, it comes to a point where it's like, okay, well, you have to pick a lane. If you can do the job, then do the job when you need to press someone about deplatforming. Because otherwise it turns into this. And I think that needs to acknowledge instead of...
Okay, I hear what you're saying. That my job that night, Brittany, was to talk to Melanie about my conversion and her wedding and Catholic stuff. My job that night was not to press her on the quartering because I did not link her with the quarterings drama. If that makes sense.
She also, like, if she didn't say anything about like how she thought
your
this
job
was
is
go,
to research, though, especially about the platform.
I think I just explained how I didn't have time to research and I have a lot going on.
Melanie is disingenuous. Really isn't Melanie on. People are super chatting. And then there comes the thing about me joining to give some pushback. Chrissy was open to it, seemingly. And then she said, well, hey, like Brittany sent me a reply too late, but I don't. And she said in the intro here too, that by that time, you know, she wants to wrap it up. But I think 40 minutes is more than enough time for if she wanted to have me on.
Right.
You're looking at that as a Monday morning quarterback. You can now look at the end of the stream and go, wow, I messaged her and then going to go on for, I was trying to wrap it up. And then I was like, holy crap.
Well, you're the host.
And then it took that much longer to finish.
You're the host though.
Of course. I'm just trying to explain to you, like in your mind, you thought there was enough time to come on. In my mind, it was late. I was trying to wrap it up. I was not trying to ambush. I was not trying to gotcha. Tim, thank you for the super chat. Brittany needs to mind her own business. Mel Biz is her own. Chrissy's is her own troublemaking.
Shut the fuck up, Tim.
Middle schooler mentality by both Kim and Britt. Friends stand behind each other without pulling knives. Shame on both of you.
I think it's an absolute shame that you're making a $50 donation for this shit, number one.
Thank you, Tim.
Also, you know what? Oh, she needs to mind her own business. Oh, so when her videos get taken down, or are threatened to get taken down, and you have a woman that is manipulating someone that she has worked with time and time and time again, basically co-signing her shit getting taken down, yeah, that is Brittany's business. Kentucky Tim. Hell, you with a name like Kentucky Tim, I'm willing to bet that you fuck your cousin, Raw Dog. I'm willing to bet that you do some nice little finicky shit with your cousin. You know, they don't you know that, Dark? They don't practice the reverse cowgirl in Kentucky. Do you know that, Dark? You know why they don't do that shit?
To return back in family.
Exactly.
And the irony, like this, this Tim guy, he's spent $50 and he's not. None of them are going to fuck him. So, yeah.
Yeah, like
he's wasted 50.
Yeah, Chrissy has a child. She's already taken. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your $50 isn't going to the collective thought that you're going to get with her anytime soon. You fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. Leave her alone.
Leave Chrissy alone. You should be lucky that she does her comedic scene, you fucking bastards!
And stand behind each other without.
Make sure that they keep each other not doing immoral things, and
friends hold each other accountable. So like,
Yeah,
I know.
and I agree.
Melanie
Yes.
wasn't done.
Friends still hold each other accountable. All right? Friends stand behind each other, but they also lift each other up, you fucking numbnut.
And stand behind each other without.
Make sure
They're accountable. So like, I know.
And I've sent, I talked to Brittany before the
I want to skip ahead.
ship.
Dude.
But like, here's the thing: people can, with the super chat, they're saying to each their own. You're free.
Cool.
First time super chatting anyone, let alone anyone on FNT. What the fuck? Out of all the gay drama on FNT, this is by far the gayest. Chrissy didn't do anything wrong. It's not your responsibility to keep up with everyone's brain dead drama. Yes and no. Yes. I mean, no, because you have priorities. But yes, because eventually that shit's going to trickle down. All right? Because if Melanie is able to get away with manipulating Chrissy into all this bullshit and enabling people to get their shit taken down through false flagging, I guarantee you within a heartbeat, Melanie would instantly campaign for Chrissy getting her shit taken down.
Will,
and worse, but like free speech fighting for it, and then they are platforming someone who is supporting that, and then not giving pushback when they know that the quartering, her boss, is going after me and your co-host, and
yes,
it just feels, it feels dishonest. That's why
I understand why people
and also,
wanted to
that's
push back.
another thing too. First time super chatting anyone on FNT, then why would you even make the super chat to begin with? Like, who fucking cares? You could have just left the comment down below instead of like having to waste $50 of your hard-earned money just to get roasted afterwards.
Everyone's a bit drama. Thank you.
That dismissal. This is about
Kino Casino, that's the hill. Andy Worski and his father retard friend shitting on people, that's the... What? Yes! That is the hill to die on. That is the hill. You know what? You might... Here's the thing. Alright? To this Zato, Kane, or whatever the fuck your stupid anime hentai lolly name is. Alright? That is a hill to die on. You might not like Ashton. You might not like Andy Worski for their past or their antics going after people. That's fine. But there are tons of creators out there that do the same shit as Kino Casino. And what quartering did was set a dangerous precedent by taking down the Clips channel for Kino Casino to the point where all those other channels, like Dermy, like Yellow Flash, like all of them, who get big off making such commentary, they now have to walk on eggshells because of some stupid fat fuck flagging their shit down illegally. So yes, that is a hill worth dying on. Would you rather have that hill to die on? Or would you rather set a dangerous precedent? To the point where we can't have comedy and we can't have free commentary on other people for when they fuck up. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
deplatforming. Like, this isn't just brain dead drama. Of course, I know the court ring's brain dead, but
yeah, saying you're literal, because it wasn't even just that they got flagged. It was his entire thing about, like, I'm going to take everything that you have. Like, excuse me? Who the fuck are you?
That, you know, could read this drama. Never said that.
Also, you know, I just noticed this, Dark. I just noticed this. You notice how it's all the negative comments. It's all the negative comment. Chrissy, you know, I know you said earlier, you know, don't donate to me if you think I'm a grifter. Then, if that's the case, why are you bringing up all the negative comments? These are shouldn't. You're a free speech advocate. Shouldn't you be bringing up comments on the other side of the spectrum? The people that are supporting Brittany and Kimberly. That's just a thought.
Deplatforming is.
Let's read more of these retarded super chats.
Fair question. I would have said, gosh, I would say, do you feel like the fact that you are an employee of Jeremy's keeps you from being, or I don't know, do you think it's a conflict of interests? Because knowing that all this drama is going on and he's your boss, do you feel like that keeps you from honestly criticizing or commenting on what's going on? I think I would point to the fact that, like, hey, like, there is money involved here. You're on the payroll. And we see you also not being interviews. I just think, like,
right.
And
but which is
like,
it? Is it that you didn't see it?
I was like, it's late, and I'm, you know, I think that makes sense.
All right, let's see more. Oh, finally! Well, it looks like she fucking listened to me after the fact. So, Sneed Dave Williams. As a Catholic, will you continue to platform porn stars? Good question. Why did you lie about not knowing the drama? Why did you say Jesus supports flagging? Which she did. She literally did. Let's find it.
Smart founders know something.
Fuck off! There it is, right there. Does Jesus Christ support deplatforming, Melanie? And they said yes, technically speaking.
Why did you lie about not knowing the drama? Like I said before, I knew there was drama. I just didn't. Done a good job covering. Think I sucked. Apology was brought to you by Coffee Brand Coffee.
This
funny.
week,
okay. How's your
weekend for? Look at his profile picture. This week, apology was brought to you by Coffee Brand Coffee.
Your weekend this week, apology was brought to you by Coffee Brand Coffee. Very funny. Let's see.
Oh my god. Oh my Dark. Did you hear that laugh? I need a replay. I need a fucking replay.
And this week, apology was brought to you by Coffee Brand Coffee. Very funny. Let's see.
Oh, that is the that is the most nervous laugh I've ever heard in my life. She knows she is being put through the fucking meat grinder. That's amazing.
Sneed Dave Williams, as a Catholic, will you continue to platform porn stars? Why did you lie about not knowing the drama? Why did you say Jesus supports flagging? I never said Jesus supports flagging.
What?
For the bar on high, and Jesus plays this to you. Stop for you, Mel. Go ahead.
Chat is Christian Bull free chat. I don't know.
Christian, I don't know what that means. Sure, Chrissy, sure.
JCD, does Jesus Christ support deplatforming?
Chrissy will jump in. The question is addressed to Melanie. This up for you, Mel. What? Since he never from the book.
And not that Chrissy, because
would
sue and shit.
I guess Jesus Christ would support deplatforming people who did not. Would.
Wait a minute. I know I'm moving things, but give me a second.
Jesus supports flagging. I never said Jesus supports flagging.
Never said Jesus supports flagging. What's this?
Fucking pantsuit and shit.
I guess Jesus Christ would support deplatforming people. I guess Jesus Christ would support deplatforming people who did not.
No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way.
You know.
But of course.
Why did you lie about not? I never said Jesus supports flagging.
She never said it. I know I keep repeating it. How many times?
Shit.
I guess Jesus Christ would support deplatforming people who did not.
I rest my fucking case. Continuing.
Why did you lie about not knowing the drama? Like I said before, I knew there was drama. I just didn't think it was something Melanie had to answer for. As a Catholic, we continue platforming porn stars.
Whoa. I'm gonna let her cook some more, but fuck, she's burning down the kitchen, man.
That's an interesting question. I think I might change who I have on, but again, Jesus himself associated with sinners, and if I were to just platform people who have never sinned, I would have very few guests. Let's see.
But he also gave pushback.
I was gonna say
yes,
he did. He was very good at that. Sneed Dave Williams, congrats on getting your own
dude. Sneed Dave Williams is my fucking hero.
thread. I'll be attending your careers ending tomorrow night on Kick with PPP presiding. Thank you.
Look at that face. She's like, "God, my career is done."
The dude having Mel on your stream isn't the issue, and stop gaslighting that it ever was. Ignoring, disrespecting, and lying to your chat is the source of all the anger.
Yes.
Thank you, dude. I understand where this is coming from. At the time, I was just overwhelmed by all the insults, and it was pretty vile. So it was hard for me to put that
they were
aside.
bullying.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to read these. Tragically seen, these trolls are insufferable. This obsession these people have with some petty drama between two people is legitimately deranged.
Deplatforming petty.
They're showing.
So deplatforming is petty drama. Buddy, I think they ought to change your name to Tragically Insane. Because my God, that is the worst waste of $10 I've ever seen in my life. They're showing how deranged. So, being against deplatforming is deranged. Okay. Well, when people take away your right to donate messages like this, because you condoned people getting deplatformed, and you called them deranged for having that thought, don't come crying to me, bitch boy. Don't come crying to me.
Cherry, how was your week?
Yeah, but I'm being called a bully for it. I'm a parent. Like,
I think she said she felt bullied.
I've been more than fair. Giving
Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead. I just want to roast some of these people that donate these super chats because they're fucking stupid. Oh, Anna's streaming. Wish a Cherry her first Happy Mother's Day. Well, that's nice.
you guys can talk about it. I'll comment in when say just like as acknowledge whenever behind it. So
This is people watching. Can everyone please wish Cherry her first happy Mother's Day? Thank you. Yeah.
She's not a mute. She can talk. She's not there just for looks. She can speak. Whoa, buddy.
congratulations.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know a lot about this, so I just don't really.
Oh, trust me, Cherry. We know. Trust me.
Want to comment on it because I just don't.
I have my own beef with the quartering. He's like a very sketchy person.
Way I really.
Now that they're
I'm going to skip ahead here. I'm not going to be here all night. I got to work tomorrow, but I just wanted to do this one-off stream, you know?
an explanation. It's like, yeah,
it's
all
an
these things are
excuse.
happening.
I'm not saying
They're
it's an excuse.
basically
I'm just
looping at
the whole
this
reason for
point.
the stream is to give context and explain where I was at. People,
So
people
it's
can
not.
believe what
It's
they want.
only for
People
context
can-
explain.
People can
Not an apology.
and think. I didn't.
You said I
have
messaged you
on.
too late. 40 minutes is not too late, and you lied about not seeing it.
Brittany, at the time, it was too late for me. I was trying to wrap the show up.
But you lied and said you didn't see it.
I feel like you're obsessing about this particular point, and that's not.
It's so if you're lying, it's obsessing. If I point out that you are lying, I'm the bully, and that's obsessing.
Okay, let's try to move on. Lindsay, DC.
No,
happy
I don't
Mother's
want.
Day.
I don't want to.
Vent.
How can you call yourself free speech? And this is just an explanation, not an apology for anything.
Lindsay, this is
Oh!
not about the stream I did with Melanie was to talk about my conversion and her getting married. Period.
Okay.
I was prepared to do the stream I wanted to do with her. I did not associate her with Jeremy's fuck ups.
But Nina told you otherwise twice.
And Melanie told me it was not a big deal and a nothing burger.
Okay, you know what's also getting lost in this translation? Nina was very, very emotional on Camelot's stream when it came to all this shit. So, you could tell that she was personally offended by this. And here's the thing, right? Nina has some skeletons in her closet. But when you boil down the whole situation, when you put all the chips together, it's like, I think, yeah, at the end of the day, Chrissy was just arrogant to everything. Maybe not in a malicious manner, but it had an effect.
Yeah, and
I
apology,
with you.
which means you should look into it. And also, again, you lied to me. So yes, I do expect an apology for you lying on me.
I don't think like you. I am not inside
don't
your head
need
with
to
you.
to
You
have
are not
common
inside
sense.
my
You don't
head
have
with
brain.
me. It seems like you're mad at me because I didn't do what you would have done.
Okay, so this pretty much clarifies that this is about what I would do and not what was right to do.
It
So
seems
lying
like
to me
you're
was right to
upset.
do.
It seems like you're upset because I didn't handle this the
How
way
could you
would.
tell?
She seems upset because she feels like she was lied to. I think that's and like I said, I don't think the intention matches up, but like that doesn't mean that the result wasn't the same.
Yes.
So while, like I said, I feel like there does have to be some meeting in the middle here, and part of that is like Chrissy, maybe you acknowledging that even if that wasn't your intention, and that you really were trying to wrap up the stream, which again I don't think is a lie. I think that the extra time and all that other stuff, it does add up, and I think that she has a right to feel that way. So again, like
yeah, I'm sorry, Venti, if you felt like you were gonna come on and then you didn't. Like you were all hyped to come on, and then
If I
you didn't
felt
come.
like?
I'm sorry that you were hyped to come on, and then you didn't come on. Like you were,
But
probably
it
all-
wasn't just
Oh, that's a Freudian slip. She just did the completionist. Listen to this.
You didn't. Like you were all hyped to come on. Sorry, Venti, if you felt like you were gonna
If you felt like, oh, that's Freudian.
come on, and then you
Fuck.
didn't. Like you were all hyped to come on, and then
if
you
I
didn't
felt
come.
like.
I'm sorry that you were hyped to come on, and then you didn't come on. Like you were.
But it wasn't just the hyped Chrissy. It's the fact that you're like, okay, hey, I'm checking my text for her. I'll let her on. And both of you seem like you were fine with having me on, and then you lied.
That's true, Chrissy. You were kind of baiting her into hopping on. You were baiting her.
Right.
No, how would you know that Melanie was okay with having me on? You weren't speaking with her.
Well, because on the stream she was nodding her head and smiling and acting like she was okay.
Nodding her head? You think she was okay? She didn't know that you had.
And you could have said she wasn't.
Do you think
you could have said that she wasn't?
Not because she was nodding her head. Do you realize how?
Smiling and nodding her head. At no point during this entire time before you end the stream did you say, "Hey, Melanie doesn't want you on" or anything. You just followed up afterward and said, "I didn't want to ambush her."
Right, I was focusing on my guest.
Now the other thing is the bullying thing. Like, so this
Kimberly just looks like she's had enough of Chrissy's shit. She's been great so far, though. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, what is this? I'm glad. What the fuck? My God, bro.
Trying to grift the Kino fans. Her channel is only relevant when there is drama.
I'm not going to sit here and be told I wasn't called crazy earlier. You literally said when I called you out for lying, you said, "Oh, well, it seems like you can't get over this," and like trying to move on. It's like, yeah, of course, read super chats later. I mean,
oh yeah, Says, trust me, we already know the real Tard Madrid lost.
Though they should be going charity, in my opinion, but that's your choice. But like now, I feel like you're just gaslighting.
I'm not a fan of Chrissy or Jeremy.
No. So you have to be a perfect streamer to call out deplatforming and false flagging? Gotcha. Noted. Her channel only relevant where there's drama. What's wrong with that? You can make the same argument for Kino Casino. What about Chrissy Mayer when she's on Friday Night Tights? Don't you think that's kind of... let's move on.
Of Mel, but Brittany is acting like she is
a real apology to acknowledge it and apologize for what you did. Not, I feel like you're sad and I'm sorry you're sad. That's not a real apology. And that's the problem here. And this is why the stream...
Lack of self-awareness. Brittany Venti's entitlement and disrespect. Dude, I'd like to think that Brittany has actually been doing very good. She's been trying to give Chrissy an out and trying to tell her, look, this is the gravity of the situation. And Chrissy ain't biting on it. Okay, but that's entitlement and disrespect as opposed to accountability. Okay. Dude, you have a horse as your profile picture. Are we sure this isn't the horse that fucked you in the ass before you went to make that stupid ass super chat?
It's not going to go over well.
You're interrupting me. I feel like you care more about how you look. And
there we go again.
You're coming on. I'm just saying how I feel in this moment.
What? What? Oh, how I look? No! Chrissy, this is about how you look.
I just feel like your tone and the way you're talking to me, it doesn't seem friendly. It doesn't seem like you're trying to understand and give me grace and
I gave you plenty of grace, Chrissy, especially when I saw that you lied about me.
Let me finish. It just it seems like you're fixated on me apologizing to you in a very specific way. And again, like I said before, if I could go back in time and have you on and you could have said everything you wanted to say and called out everything you wanted to call out, want accountability. They want Melanie to answer for these things. They want Quartering to answer for these things. And that...
Try a whole world of delicious Dunkin' refresh.
We were getting to that point where an ad was fucking coming, let's be honest. So I'm not surprised. We have been pausing a lot and skipping forward and shit.
That's the most important part, is that these people were false flagged and they need to get their channels back. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, with this lawsuit. I might have to
Andy Worski asked for a link on the Kino Casino wants on. So if you believe in platforming them, you can. It's your choice. But I just don't think that things are actually being acknowledged, and it's a bunch of I feel and like I'm being bullied and stuff like that. And that's what I'm saying. And I don't think it's good faith for you to say that, oh, well, I'm not acting friendly. I've been more than friendly and charitable. And I'm addressing the fact that I was misled and lied to. And
all you motherfuckers that are donating these fucking messages without even understanding the full scope of the argument, y'all should fucking hang your heads in shame. Or better yet, just hang them with a noose. It's not enough room for the two of us.
And then continue to lie until I back you in the corner and say, Chrissy, I saw you read it, for you to finally admit it. That's accountability. I'm sorry for that.
I'm sorry that it was too late in my stream to have you on. I'm sorry, that.
You see, non-apology. You don't know how to apologize. You don't know how to acknowledge what you do, Chrissy. And you benefit and make money off of being free speech. And it's just
I'm not forcing anybody to send me a super chat, Mindy. I'm really not.
Chrissy,
okay,
you are
wow.
making
I might have to do a whole other
look like shit.
thing addressing this. Let's see.
It's a brief return, Iceman, but I get pulled back
Jake's
into
Liz.
Stupid shit.
I'm going towards the host. The lack of self. For Papa Grandma, neglecting your crying baby for days to do research that's already been done and summarized by your peers is a choice that's solely on you. If you lack empathy for your own kid, you clearly don't have it for others. Poor kid. Okay.
That's a fucking. That's a deep cut.
Cut her some slack, Britt.
No.
I've cut plenty.
Cut her.
How about cutting that damn hair?
Some slack,
Or you
Britt.
tell other people to cut some slack.
I've cut plenty of slack this entire time.
So
I lied
everyone's
to and lied on.
Okay. I mean, if you're upset and you want to go, you can.
There are effective ways.
You're no.
Goaltender, she has tried time and time and time again. Her and Kimberly both have tried to give her the out to admit her feelings about the situation, and she ain't biting. That's why Venti's getting pissed.
No one's holding.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware of what I can and can't do, Chrissy. But I'm holding you accountable for what you did, and on a personal level, and for what you did with hosting somebody that's sweeping for deplatforming when you're informed about this prior. And
I did not think that I needed to call Melanie out for what Jeremy did. I feel like I've said that so many times. Goaltender, Brittany, there are effective ways to persuade people. You aren't using them.
Listen, Chrissy and I.
It's about quartering. Well, kind of, but it's mostly about this woman right here.
Talked about this before as well. I have been more than fair. And it's not about persuading. Chrissy is literally at the point of she's lying. And so it's like, what is the point of persuading? If she wants to lie and not take accountability for things and tell me I'm just acting crazy, then what is there?
Said you were acting crazy. That's not fair to. I've never said you're acting.
You said, "Oh, hey, you're fixated on it," and after I point out that you lied and you.
Oh my God! What is this? Andrew Miller, FNT He needs to give you the boot because you knew exactly what you were doing and only had Melanie on because you were sponsored by Coffee Brand Coffee. Money talks. Whoa, buddy! Can we? Oh my God, Says, that's the fucking best point of this whole night. If you're a comedian and you can't take a jab, hell, I've said some cringy shit on this fucking video. All right, I can take the jab on that. If an autistic fat fuck from Cincinnati can take the jab, what's stopping a comedian like you from taking the jab? I don't know what to say.
It won't even acknowledge it.
It doesn't. Oh my God, there's so many. Andrew Miller.
You're saying that I'm as if I'm not having a logical answer there. Like this is a understandable response to being lied to, especially when you work with someone for 10 years and then you're lied on as well. And in addition to this whole thing, it's not even an apology. You said it yourself. If you rewind the stream.
I'm not going to apologize for having Melanie on. No, she's my friend. And
no one said that you had to. Oh my gosh, we're looping again. We're looping again. No one said you had to apologize for fucking having Melanie on your show. The problem is, Chrissy, people want you to apologize for not having perspective. That's it. I don't even give a shit if you have the Austrian painter on your podcast. You know what sucks about that, Says? I don't root for either team. Go Cubbies. Go Packers. Yeah, and you know what? Fuck FC Cincinnati. Go Borussia Dortmund. But, you know, if you had the Austrian painter on, it would not have been the point. It would have been the point of having perspective. No one cares who you have on your podcast. Well, maybe with the exception of the porn stars, but even then you did kind of explain that away, which is fine, I guess. But what I'm trying to say is it's not the premise of why people are upset with you. And Brittany's trying to nail that through your head. And Kimberly, you can tell Kimberly's getting stressed out here. I don't know how the hell she's holding it in.
And I had her on to talk about my conversion and her marriage.
No, not that. Not that, Chrissy. You know it's not that.
Okay. Andrew Miller.
It's about her being pro deplatforming.
I didn't know that she was pro deplatforming when I had her on.
But
Evan, you were spammed with super chats as well, telling you.
Interrupting. I feel like I
need to even get these after form instead of benefiting financially off of a mistake that you made and which you are now doubling down instead of benefit. I think, Chrissy, I already told you what I think you should have done. I think you should have donated for Toys for Tots instead of benefiting financially off of a mistake that you made and which you are now doubling down on and lying in front of everyone.
Andy, do you think people who are talking about this happening to me this week are financially benefiting? Maybe
they didn't have Melanie Mack on to sweep for the platform.
Because I had Melanie Mack on, I have to apologize
and gave
for
no
having her
pushback.
on. And
you don't have to, Chrissy. The people aren't mad that you had her on. They're mad that the chats that people paid for got ignored. So
that's valid.
That is the problem. It wasn't Melanie herself. It was that there was a flurry of unpaid and paid chats trying to say like this is what's going on, and it didn't get acknowledged. And I'm not going to ascribe intention to that because again, I don't think that you did it maliciously. But that is what happened. The chat was ignored, and that's why people want an apology.
I'm sorry I ignored the chat on when I had Melanie on. I read through all the super chats and but I understand like why the chat was ignored is because I was overwhelmed. It was pretty hostile. There was a lot of insults. There were a lot of horrible things said, and I was not expecting the outrage. I was not expecting that to be the chat. I really was not expecting people to come for Melanie like that. Again, like
we are gardeners.
Sorry. You know it's bad when the fucking ads start rolling in.
Platform people and reframed it in a very dishonest way, but you were also on there agreeing with her, like, yeah, they're SJWs, it's just leftist, whatever, after you were told about this.
I was also told that it was a nothing burger. So I was receiving different messages, confusing messages.
And why agree with her? Why not question her on it then?
Because I was not associating Jeremy's fuck ups with Melanie.
I think she's not shying away from the fact that that wasn't a shining moment. That wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
You know,
I would like to hear Chrissy say it if that's how she feels.
I'm not trying to say it for her. I'm just saying that's what I'm getting from watching her talk.
It was a real shit show of an interview. I was not prepared for the.
Also, you know what? I just thought of this too. All right, and we're gonna near the end of this stream because I do need to get up for fucking work tomorrow. But you know, Ashton of the Kino Casino brought up a very good point. When two sides are going at it like this, there is tons of money that is to be made, right? When two people are having beef with each other, and they're going back and forth, they're trading blows left and right, that's a good thing because, like Eric Bischoff said, controversy creates cash. You know, money is made by both sides here. And what the quartering did was he interrupted the pot. He fucked the pot for everybody else to chime in on when he did that deplatforming and he did the false flagging. All right, there's a pot of money right there, just from people having beef on the internet. And he messed with that pot. He messed with that flow. Okay? That's why this whole situation matters. Okay? That's why it's frowned upon to deplatform. That's why it's frowned upon to false flag. That's why this shit's immoral. Okay, you know, having beef is, you know, there's some people that are going to be turned off by it. There's some people going to be turned on by it. Some people love conflict. Some people like to stay out of conflict, all right? Chaos and order, okay? Without order, we can't have chaos. Without chaos, we can't have order. It's balance, all right? And when you get someone so petty and so hypocritical, fucking up that balance, it creates problems for everyone. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like when someone does steroids in baseball, right? There's a pot, and my dad always brings up this analogy. There's a pot of money that's being made, and a pot of money that is being earned, and it's being piled on, right? And you got the one dude doing steroids that's hoarding that whole pot for himself, and then he gets caught. He screwed everybody else out of potentially collecting out of that pot. That's what the quartering has done with all this shit. And all the other people are getting caught up in it. And there are people that are upset. It's like, hey, you know, you're fucking with my cash flow now. You're fucking with my chance of getting into the pot by talking about some spicy gossip. That's why shit like this matters. Okay? Let's read more stupid super chats. Oh my god. Apologize for labeling yourself a comedian. Christina Padzinski wouldn't be this boring. That's so messed up. And then this one is just a bitch using a fucking TikTok filter. Chrissy, I never watch you, but your explanation was sufficient for me to understand. I think a portion of the audience will at least yeah. I mean, I understand where Chrissy's... It's Amy Schumer that did that. She's a stupid cunt. It might be Amy Schumer. I mean, I understand... That's the thing, right? I understand where Chrissy's coming from. Okay? It's just... the refusal to take accountability for feeding into the bullshit. That's why people are upset. Jeremy and Melanie have more subs. That's why you didn't want to start any drama. Just admit it. I'm good on my end. You probably just have to refresh. This fucking comment right here. This fucking, oh my god. Ghost Crusaders TV. Jeremy and Melanie have more subs. That's why you didn't want to start any drama. Just admit it. Okay. Just because someone has a certain subscriber count does not mean that their opinion should be invalidated. Okay? And this is another thing that I picked up from that Black Flags Matter plagiarism video. Stop assuming that because someone has a low sub count that their right to an opinion is invalidated. Okay, motherfucker, that's not how that works. There are people out there, alright? Let me tell you something here, Ghost. There are people out there, and I can name a few, that don't necessarily have the subscriber count of someone that has a play button that puts out way better content that I at least think is entertaining, even more so than those who have over 100,000 subs, all right? Take, for instance, my good friend, Tyler, Mr. T94, does a wrestling podcast. Him, Creamnado, and Trey, they put on a great product. Sure, they don't have the subscriber count of someone like JD or What Culture or Cultaholic or WrestleLamia. But I will still watch their product over them because they're more entertaining. I could give less of a shit about their subscriber count. Take, for instance, some of my other friends. Guys like Roto Cumish. Guys like Pope Metallicus. You know, these are guys that put out great content. Whether it be with Roto touring different parks throughout the western side of the country. You know, going to California, going to Arizona, going to Nevada, going to different parks, different, like Knott's Berry Farm, for example. Or Pope Metallicus, who literally has a podcast talking about heavy metal that I was a part of, actually. I was on an episode to talk about Pantera with him. And those guys put out, at least, you know, Iceman here in chat, Chris Plays 2414. He does great, you know, walkthroughs and playthroughs of like career mode on NASCAR and Formula One. And his product is a lot better than a lot of these guys in the community, like Michael Roots, for example. So, especially in the world of people calling out bullshit, I don't think subscriber count should fucking matter. I don't think someone like Hallie is going to give a fuck about her subscriber count when she's calling out someone like Mini Lad for doing fucked up shit. Okay? I don't think someone like the aforementioned Nazmir is going to give a fuck about his subscriber count when he's calling out Grums for being a grifter. Same thing here. I don't think Chrissy Mayer or Brittany Venti or even Kimberly here are going to give a fuck about their subscriber count when it comes to calling out the quartering or Melanie Mac. So I get that subscriber count is used as a metric for monetization. That should be the only time it's used. It should not be used as a tool to measure someone's opinion and how valid their opinion is. Enough of the class system bullshit is what I'm trying to say. Again, if you look at the time here, it's 11 o'clock. Don't expect me to start formulating words this late.
They said that they would like a link to join if you're willing to give them a platform to speak. One Winged Angel, Venti, speaking of apologizing, did you ever apologize to Rollo Tomasi when you were trying to hide the fact that Destiny and Lauren Southern were doing it? And what did you accuse him of being? Is this for me? I don't... Lauren... Trying to hide the fact that Destiny and Lauren Southern were doing it?
Dream fearlessly!
Shut the fuck up, kid. Anyway, yeah, but I kind of want to see if they get Kino Casino on. That's another thing. You know what? Wait a minute.
That's are not relevant to this like particular. Yeah, let me see if.
Is Worski still in the chat?
Yeah, let me see if.
He's on Twitter and PPP are on Twitter. They said that they would like a link to join if you're willing to give them a platform to speak.
Give them a fucking platform. Give them the goddamn platform, Chrissy. The more you keep reading super chats, the more you're stalling, and that actually proves the point that Brittany is trying to make here, is that you're in on the bullshit. So let's go. Let's get... How fast are we on this? 9 minutes behind. We go to the live.
One.
Stream. No.
They're platforming, and I don't think it's right. But again, like I don't shouldn't be forced to have. You know, I
don't think it's a matter of force. I'm telling you that it's a good idea. I'm telling you that like putting it off, it's not smart right now.
Let me refresh this. Don't tell me they ended. She ended? The stream's over? My notification. Oh. What the fuck?
And so I'm gonna probably just end it here. I feel like I, said everything I want to say. Thank you, thank you, Cherry, for thank you guys for coming on. And
Bro. Fucking Chrissy Mayer. Should've let the casino on there. I'm at a loss for words. She should have let the casino come on and defend themselves. Bullshit. Absolute. You know what? Everything was going good. Oh my god. Where do I begin? What have we learned? Of course, Says. What have we learned? So I hate to loop like this, but with Chrissy allowing Melanie Mac on her own show, which was already set before all this drama boiled down. I don't think that Chrissy was trying to be malicious in any way with allowing her on, or allowing Melanie on. I think she was being truthful about that. But she just doesn't want to admit accountability for enabling Melanie to control the narrative and manipulate Chrissy into thinking that this whole deplatforming of the Kino Casino was a massive nothing burger that had nothing to do with her, even though she is the one, Melanie was the one that condoned it. So, to end this stream, I have a message for you, Chrissy. As you all know, I like to keep tabs on shit, right? I like to keep my tabs. We got this stream that just happened. We got the previous stream where Kino Casino is going after Chrissy Mayer for having Melanie Mack on the show and enabling a bunch of the bullshit. You might notice the third tab. And Chrissy, this third tab is meant for you, okay? Because I really want to show you something. You're probably never going to come across this stream. I'll probably tag you in it. Hashtags, just like Tyler told me to. But if you do happen to see this stream, I want you to pay attention to this third tab. Take a look at this picture right here. Chrissy. October 2022. I got to meet you in person. Now, I was supposed to go to your event. Unfortunately, I was not able to procure a table, because I know Votlaw had an extra table, and I was supposed to take him up on his offer, but I had to wait for everybody else to show up at the hotel that we were staying at. But it sucked that I didn't get the chance to see your performance. But when I met you at this meetup, you were very forgiving, very open, very, very nice to me. And we got this picture together. That was 2022. It's 2026. What happened during that time, Chrissy? What happened? You know, I get it. Having a kid sucks. I'll take your word for it. You know, like I said earlier, you know, I will go after you for many things, but I'm not, you know, I'm called the autistic berserker, but even then I'm not as berserk as to mock the stress that you're going through with your child. I'm not as berserk as to mock your child either. That's not who I am. Even someone as berserk like me, being berserk has its limits. But I see these stories, right, of you defending Melanie Mack from something that she co-signed. She willingly co-signed deplatforming. She willingly co-signed false flagging. But then, as a result, all this other stuff comes out about you. And this is why I'm making this speech right now. Miss Chrissy. Because I hear that you stole a bunch of Christmas presents from a family sitting at a table next to you at a restaurant. I hear that you stole a bunch of designer clothes from an event. And I know that you threw a bunch of people under the bus that didn't conform to your little content hotel. And then you just recently, we had this situation where you're being suspected of false flagging yourself. because you think that other people using your clips is against fair use. And I even hear there was a name going around of an individual that you allegedly got their channel taken down. That's just not the Chrissy I know that's in this picture right here. That's not the Chrissy that I met when this picture was taken. What the fuck? I mean, when I do these like long speeches, a lot of you people are like, "Oh God, he's gonna go into autistic rage and all this other shit," but I'm not. Like I said numerous times, I'm not mad at you, Chrissy. I'm just very disappointed, and I know a lot of people are feeling the same way as me. Okay, the Chrissy that I'm seeing in 2026. It's not the same one that is in this picture right here. This Chrissy right here, very accommodating, great hospitality, very nice, very warm, very welcoming. As opposed to what we just saw tonight. And what we saw when you did this interview. Cynical, brash, arrogant, refusal to take accountability to the point where it's even affecting your stance on Friday Night Tights, one of the biggest shows in the entertainment world on YouTube to this day. I just don't get it, Chrissy. I refuse to believe. I really do. I refuse to believe that you were always like this. Or perhaps I was just falling for the act hook, line, and sinker. You are a comedian after all. Was I really falling for Chrissy? Or was I falling for the comedian named Chrissy? I really hope that you learn from this. And I really, especially with that stunt that you just pulled 10 minutes before your stream ended, where you didn't give Kino Casino an opportunity, Ashton or Worski, an opportunity for them to speak out, for them to defend themselves. Said you took all that anger out on Brittany Venti, who's just wanted nothing more than what's best for you and what's best for everybody else in this situation. I don't get it. I mean, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you come out the other side. I just really hope that this picture right here wasn't a dream. Was it all just a bad dream? All just a bad vision? You tell me. You tell me, sweetheart. Good fucking Lord. Didn't have to be like this. Just take responsibility. That's the first step towards everything. Who's up on camera? Who is it? Oh, hey Tyler, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, it's going. I just got done watching all that, and boy howdy.
Jeez, can you believe that shit that she pulled? You know, the casino was asking to come on, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Why would she do that, man? What do you think, man?
I think this whole thing's been a clusterfuck, and I mean, she keeps on telling everybody, it's like, well, I didn't want this to happen on Sunday. Then she should have nipped this in the bud, and this should have been addressed on Thursday. Then she could have done her slipcast, not worry about the whole backlash from Jeremy and all them, right?
Right.
Like, I don't understand her thought process on that. It's like, you waited how many days to do this? What happened? That Melanie stream happened. What Tuesday or Wednesday of this week? Right.
It was Wednesday because on Thursday she brought in someone else. I think.
Yeah, it was a Camelot.
No, it was like someone else. But Camelot, I think, at that point was streaming with Nina Infinity when everything was going down.
Okay. Yeah, so just like she should address this before Sunday, and then she wanted to worry about the whole backlash from all this from Tuesday. Honestly, and I don't know why she didn't get this, get in front of this at all.
Well, it's like I said, like you could tell with Venti and this Kimberly lady, they were giving her so many opportunities, so many open doors to be like, look, they were trying to give her the benefit of the doubt as much as they could, and she just wouldn't bite.
No, not at all. And the point that really had me like shaking my head when she said, "My dead dad," I'm like, are we really going here? Like, I'm sorry that your dad got. Since we're on YouTube, I'll be censoring myself. I'm sorry your dad got deleted by a piece of shit human being, right? I'm sorry. But you can't use that for an excuse.
No, and I think, were you on my stream when you saw my reaction? When I bashed the table, I was like, God damn. Because I literally said it, like, I think it was 30 minutes in, I'm like, I warned her. I'm like, don't use your child or your family as an excuse for pity. And she did it. And I'm like, I looked at Dark. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was watching with the Gronkin boys. Like, not the actual guys from Gronkin, but we were watching in the server. And we were talking about that. And I'm just like, I was crashing out a little bit myself because she's like, well, I didn't know the whole situation with the quartering. But I'm like, well, Frank is your husband, right? And he is your producer. So isn't that his job to tell you what's going on before you bring on said guest, before you just happen?
Yeah. Oh, shit. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I'm like, so basically, that's supposed to be Frank's job to tell you this is X, Y, and Z, and this is what's going on. And if Melanie Mack was such a good friend of Chrissy, she should have told her that before the stream even started. Hey, look, I've been kind of associated with the quartering, this whole thing going down. You might get some super chats linked my way, yada, yada, yada. I just want to give you the heads up before we do this live. Right. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing, too, when she said, and it was like making me scratch my head.
Well,
I want to talk to my friend, talk about my conversion to Catholicism, and talk.
Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My thing with it, right? She's like, I didn't know about the whole quartering thing. I'm like, wait a minute. You're on Friday Night Tights, right? You're there with Neurotic, Heel versus Babyface, D-Day Cobra, who have all made statements. Statements prior to you even organizing that aforementioned podcast with Melanie. And I get it. I get it. You have a child. But it's not an excuse. You still have to get caught up. Like, I'll give you the best example, Tyler. When I do my podcast, right, and you are sliding stuff on my desk, and Charles is, and Andy is, I have to take 5 minutes before I start. I'm like, okay, here's the article. We gotta look, and like, it's just simple. Anyone can do it.
Yeah, that's what we do on Pin Down. We always go and make sure we get our facts right, and we do our research before we just shoot off our mouths and just try to like freaking retards this thing we're smart. But my whole point with her is just like, I can't believe that you use like that. But here's my thing, what she said with the whole, I want to talk to my friend about being converted to Catholicism and all that stuff. Number one, cool that you're a Catholic. I got no problem with that. I don't care. I don't That's neither here or there. My whole thing is, you clearly said I wanted to talk to my friend about my faith. Then why didn't you do that offline? Why didn't you call her up to have that conversation?
Yeah, why do I care about what you do in your personal life like that?
Yeah, like, and that's why I don't. And I'm like thinking to myself, also too, you said that, and she's like, well, that's why I reconnect with old friends. Okay, I get that, but the point being is, if you want to talk about Catholicism and all that stuff, that's an offline conversation. The only reason why you brought her on is because you wanted, that her Christian Christian right. I'm not gonna say far right, but Christian right would join your podcast. That didn't know you would get subs and probably get super chats. That's the only reason why you did it.
Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like Murphy's Law at the beginning, where she's like, "If you think I'm a grifter, then don't super chat me." I'm like, did you not see? Like, there was like two $50 super chats that she read that were bashing Brittany Venti. I'm like, well, yep, Murphy's Law, right fucking there.
Yeah, dude. This whole thing's made her look really bad. And again, I'm not a Chrissy hater. I'm not saying, oh yeah, fuck Chrissy Mayer and all that shit. No, I think she handled this entire situation poorly.
Yes.
And also, too, Frank, her husband, should have probably helped her out, too, with this, because she was all over the place in that speech that she was given.
Yeah, it was, and I called it out on several occasions. And I'm like you, Tyler, I don't have an issue with Chrissy. Hell, just, right before you got on, I don't know how much of my stream you've been watching, but...
I haven't got to watch any of it, sadly. I'm going to be honest with you.
Uh-huh. Well, I did apologize in advance because I did say something about cream, but put that aside. Okay. It was probably just some stuff that happened with the Geeks and Gamers, but whatever. It is what it is. But when you came in, I was doing a whole speech because I don't know if you're looking at my screen share right now on the Discord.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah, this picture right here. It's like, I just refuse to believe that this is the same... This woman that I met in 2022 is the same one that, in
2026, yeah.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that this is the same woman in 2026 that's, stealing the presents from the kids' table at the fucking restaurant, or, backing up Nick Rekieta. I just refuse to believe that, man.
The way I look at it is, I wasn't there. I don't know, but I do know the one videos that have been floating online about her fantasy thing. Now, grant you, that was before she apparently she was married and had a kid, and blah blah blah.
Fantasy.
I don't know if you saw that video or not. Have you seen that video going around?
No. You could probably drop it in chat. I don't know.
Oh god, yeah, I have to try to find it. I can tell you in short if you want me to. So the whole video is her talking about she was on a stream with Corn Stars, correct?
Yes. Oh yeah. We did cover that.
Okay. Yeah, the one with Corey Chase and all them. Yeah. That doesn't look good. I don't know if she was drunk. I don't know if she was sober. But again, the internet does never forget, and they will show it. They will bring it up if they have to, and they always will.
Yeah. It's how many times
don't forget.
How many times do they have to bring up that Andy Worski's a cokehead?
Yeah.
Or about hell, there's probably some stuff I said on a stream with Ryan Kinnell that's so cringe. It'll probably be brought up, but I'm like, dude, I'll wear the bullet. I don't give a shit. Doesn't define who I am. It shouldn't define
We all make
you.
mistakes. Yeah, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect. The last guy who was perfect, they nailed him to a cross. So that's all I got to say about that one. But it's just like.
It's not wrong, but damn.
I'm just like, but optic wise, this doesn't look good. And then her playing saying that she's being bullied by Brittany Vintney, which I don't like Brittany Vintney at all. Like I said, I had no dog in this fight. But Brittany Vintney was like a dog on a bone tonight. She would not let off.
Yeah, you know what? And she gave Chrissy opportunity after opportunity every single way out. And Chrissy just couldn't bite.
No. Not at all. And then when she said the whole thing about the whole, well, I got so many super chats, I'm about to do a square up and like all that stuff. And I don't want Adam, what's the name, PPP to come on tonight. I'm just like, Chrissy, you do Simpcast every other week or every other Sunday, and you go for like 3 to 4 hours. So what's the excuse tonight?
Oh my God. Yeah, when I saw it was the end of the stream, the chat saw it. I smashed my table. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, because as soon as she went offline, Brittany Vintney went on Kick, and now D-Day Cobra's on live too right now talking about the whole thing. So, like I said, yeah, Brittany Vintney's going off on there on Kick. But it's just like, this is just really, really bad.
Man, what the...
Like,
you know what's so bad about this too? It's like, I don't have a problem. It just, when you get a civil war like this, it really does pit friends and, great colleagues against each other. As much as I don't like Nina Infinity, she also backed Nick Rekieta. But at least she kind of somewhat had an excuse because they were close friends and they didn't want to believe it. I'm like, okay, I can understand that. But Chrissy, if you remember, Tyler, Chrissy, Brittany, and Nina were all in a stream together going after Vito for the non-offending pedophile bullshit. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's a great fucking stream. You need to watch it when you get the chance. It's...
Yeah, like, like I said, she's just like, this whole thing is just like really bad. I don't think this is going to age well. Sadly, I think she might be getting kicked from FNT because she handled this really, really bad tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate to say that, but it's just like, it's just really bad optics, man. It just really is.
It sure seemed that way.
So messed up. I don't know where you go from here.
And she only stopped because I called her out on it.
I don't know, but I know tomorrow for daily, for like Geeks and Gamers Daily and whatever, it's going to be popping off tomorrow. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Because I would not be surprised if Brittany goes on Twitter and Chrissy goes on Twitter and does a resignation from FNT. That would not surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit, man.
Try to stay faced a little bit.
I didn't expect myself to come back to streaming. I mean, I'm not going back full time, but
right.
But I just remember you're like, you're going live. I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'll go live.
I wanted to go live too for my channel, but I'm just like, you know what? This is not like really. I shouldn't be trying to grift off this, but still, though, it's just like it's just. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Yeah, it just affected me so like. It just affected me in such a way. I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking about doing a video and just doing like a live reaction and cutting it up, and then you're just like, you, Andy, and Dark Warrior are like, no, you're doing it live. I'm like, fuck it, all right.
Yeah, dude, it's like I said, I feel sorry for Christy, and I know Brittany kept on saying she's being disingenuous. I don't think she was being disingenuous. I think she was just legit like in shell shock that she had no idea how to handle this said matter.
Well, I even brought this theory up with Dark Warrior. I think I agree with you, Tyler, that she was a bit shell shocked. She didn't understand the validity of the situation.
Right.
And she did the interview with Melanie Mack, not realizing how big it was until the Nerdrotic told her to not be on Friday Night Tights, and I think it kind of spooked her a little bit.
I don't think she realized until the super chats came in, and then they were talking directly to Melanie, saying, "How's it like sucking up to your boss?" Which, let's just be real, if Melanie Mack was not working for the quartering, she would be the first one on the bandwagon telling people how deplatforming people is wrong. The only reason why she's sucking up to the quartering is because she is getting paid by the guy. She's on the payroll, and she definitely knows where her bread's buttered.
Yeah, it's just like she did with IGN. Back when she was with IGN, she'd suck up to all those big wigs, and then when they didn't find a use for her, they booted her ass away.
Yep.
And then it's somehow, I'm going to try to grift from the right now.
Yeah. And that's another thing, too. She's like, people like telling people this, like, she uses the F slur. We're not going to say it on here, but she always uses the F slur all the time for a cheap pop. Legit. It's only that she's a Christian, right?
Yeah.
The F word for being gay, I'm not going to say the word, but you guys get what I'm saying. That's her fuck. That is her F word.
Yeah.
That she uses constantly.
Then again,
and it's cringe.
Then again, though, Brittany Venti has no room to talk. I've seen her drop the hard R on fucking Twitter numerous times.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny as shit, but at the same time, I'm like, damn.
Well, I guess she can get away with it because she is mixed. So, I mean, she has half black, half white. So, I guess she's got that pass automatically, but still, though. But it's just like, Melanie Mack is just so disingenuous. She's being so manipulative of this whole situation.
She easily manipulated Chrissy here. And Chrissy's just shell-shocked because of all the stress, I get it. You have a child. It sucks. I even said I'm not as berserk as to mock your stress and shit, but it's like...
No.
Damn, you got taken care of when you were most vulnerable. Like, don't you have a backbone?
Yeah, and also like too like that. She had no accountability for everything. Again, like she was just saying what she was saying. Like, well, I'm a full-time mom. I'm this and that. And then she brought up the vaccine thing, which was out of the freaking blue for me. Is like, what?
Yeah,
and that's another thing too. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just agreeing with you.
Well, I was just saying, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. She's like saying, why do you want my kid to get vaxxed and all that stuff and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, then why are you still in New York? Why have you not moved?
Holy shit. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Holy shit.
Like,
it is funny how that works.
Like, I know Austin, Texas is pretty much becoming a liberal shithole now, but like, you could have moved to Texas and like could have gone to like the mothership maybe, or like other scenes were like in the South or something like that. And besides, you're still in New York City. Come on, New York City's a hellhole. Why are you still there? And plus, your dad got taken out by a certain person there. Why are you still there?
Yeah, why would you want to relive that shit? You know?
Yeah, like why would you want to live in that state? It's a shithole. New York City's a shithole. Sorry, it is.
This fucking thumbnail that Jeremy has for his video, that shit had me dying.
Oh, the orange, yeah.
Orange Trump, what are the oranges for?
Yep. But it's like I said, everyone's like, and they got the recording right now telling him like he's the victim. Like, no, you started the shit back in January or the beginning of the year sometime when you told everyone that Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic's channel was dead. Then you played victim, all that shit, and then you try to tell everyone that Kino Casino was threatening your wife, which is false. They never did. And I'm not even a casino guy anyways, but still, they never did. You're just lying.
Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a second. Wait, D-Day Cobra? No, not D-Day Cobra. No, he's cool. Chrissy Mayer is telling people to go after Clippers? What?
Right now?
Yeah, she's flagging clip channels?
Oh yeah, her and Frank have been doing that for the past couple years. Right? Yeah, allegedly they've been doing that for the past couple years on YouTube.
Yeah, come flag my shit. I try flagging me, bitch. I'm. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, she's been doing that shit, but too. That's another thing too. She's like in her description, she had the quartering, like she had like the quartering
the coffee
in her like
coffee,
her description box for the hashtag stuff. Yeah.
Well, also, didn't she get a person taken down because they were like using her shit?
Believe so.
Yeah, I mean, you could come try to take down my shit, bitch. Ain't gonna work for you. You know what was it they always say? I'm getting tired, man.
Yeah,
but
it's almost midnight. Yeah, so I can understand why.
Yeah, I mean, was it Obi-Wan says to Darth Vader, "You strike me down, I'll be more strong than you'll ever realize." You know.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can ever imagine.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I just don't know, man. This is like really bad.
Okay, I just saw the good Jer, good Jer, good Jer.
Cesspatu 1, yeah. I mean, most big cities are shitholes, right? But New York City is pretty much a liberal shithole. It's ran by a fucking shithole mayor and everything between. So I mean,
yeah, true.
Like I said, that's why I'm glad I live in somewhat Ohio. We might be poor, but at least we're all right.
I guess I would need to know what that is, because the thing about it is again, context is important to this.
Yeah,
but straight up stealing a video that you have on your channel, that's a problem. If somebody is clipping out segments of your live stream, listen, man, there is a fine line on that, but it's a very, very blurry line.
Yes. Because you could bring up a good example of someone doing it, but then I could counter it with someone saying, no, this is fair use because of this example over here. Like what I'm doing, like a live reaction and shit, I've been pausing. Right. And I brought this point up earlier. I'm like, guys, if I pause a lot, I have to because I have to transform this content, you know?
Yeah. I just know this has been a cluster. This has been something that I actually enjoyed this more than I enjoyed Backlash last night. So, yeah.
I enjoyed it more than watching the fucking Old Firm this morning. God damn.
Yeah, dude.
Selfish bastards.
If you shut me down, my autism would be more powerful and autistic than ever with ADHD force power.
ADHD.
Yeah.
And I even
True.
said, I'm like, as much as I would love to fucking rage, like I've done on this podcast. I mean, like I've done on the podcast numerous times. I just can't. It's like I said, I'm not mad, Chrissy. I'm just very disappointed. You're better than this, or at least I thought. I really hope. Like I said, I really hope that this picture wasn't just a pipe dream,
Yeah, all for what do you call it? Optics and being a show. Yeah.
Yeah. I really
what's the old saying? Never meet your heroes. Well,
yeah, I was gonna bring that up, but I wanted you to say the quiet part out loud instead of me sounding like a broken record.
Yeah, like I said, I don't hate Chrissy Mayer. I don't wish no ill will towards her. Nothing like that. And I see a lot of people like saying on chats and like saying her kid wears a special needs helmet and stuff like that. I'm like, the kid's got nothing to do with it. Do not bring her kid or her family into the situation. This is her problem and her problem alone.
Yeah.
Don't be attacking the kids. That's what even Van Sciver did with Gary from Nerdrotic, calling his wife Miss Piggy and everything in between, and like friggin' telling the Kira, what's her name, Kira from Rippaverse, and she stepped away from Rippaverse because she had a heart problem, and he was being disingenuous, saying he was going to be praying for her in the most disingenuous way on a tweet.
Or what he did with Nick Rekieta's kids, or like telling the daughter, "Oh, the daughter should step up." It's like, motherfucker, they don't have any food or clothes.
No.
How are they supposed to step up to the plate when their fucking father's doing cocaine?
I can't stand EVS. I literally got so pissed off, I DM'd him and said, anytime you would like to fight, I will step into the ring with you for free. We can do this for charity. I cannot legit stand you. You are a sack of shit. Fuck you.
God. Dude, I wish
he's a piece of shit. He's a scum of the earth.
Yeah, I wish I could do that with Tom Connors. Good Lord.
Oh, Midnight's Edge. Whoa, don't get me started on that channel.
I can't stand that motherfucker. Well, I mean, you lied. Dude, motherfucker lied about Mary Mayhem. Like, oh, she said this shit, and I had to kick her off. No, she called you out for your bullshit and stepped aside. Fuck you.
Yeah, if you want to know more lore about that, message Trey on Discord and ask him what he thinks about Tom Connors.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he'll have a fucking paragraph waiting for me.
Because like he told people like me and Trey that if we didn't like the new Superman movie, we were woke and we were Snyder Bros. Would grant you, Trey is like he likes Snyder. I do not, and I really didn't like the new Snyder movie or the new Superman movie. I hate it with James Gunn. It was trash.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't want to go see it.
It was trash. Honestly, if I could have gone back and have a time machine, I wouldn't give up my ticket to buy. I would give my money to buy a ticket. It was that bad. I hated the movie so much.
Dude, I
hated it. James Gunn, one trick pony. Sorry.
Yeah, I did go see that new Mortal Kombat. By the way, that was a fucking banger, bro.
I went to go see the new Michael Jackson movie. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
Mm-hmm. Damn. And now I just gotta wait for the Backrooms movie. That movie's gonna be fucking bad.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to Spider-Man and looking forward to Doomsday. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought about it. I just
Spider-Man, I think Spider-Man's gonna be good. Doomsday might be a 50-50 thing, but
yeah, Chrissy, you messed up, babe. You messed up, sweetie. Yeah. And you just got a lot of time to think about this shit. That's all I gotta say. And you wanna flag me down for dissecting you and calling you out, go right ahead.
Yeah, I just don't get it, man. I really don't. Like, I don't know what because I mean that's a leftist kind of mentality doing that shit.
Yeah, but you become another Obi-Wan quote. You've become the one thing you swore you fight against.
Yeah. What's Well, what's the Batman quote from Dark Knight? You live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I really hope it's not that case, Tyler. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, hopefully Chrissy can get this, hopefully she can pull the nose up in this thing and turn it around. But the way it's looking, it looks like it's going to nosedive.
Yeah, it's going to get ugly. Well, I know that tomorrow they're going to send the legal documents over to YouTube for the legal action against the quartering.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting. I can't wait to see how.
And they're trying to get 5 more content creators to join the suit, right?
Yeah, I think Yellow Flash is going to be a part of it.
I'm not surprised with that one.
Meme Copium might be a part of that one. And then who is the other one? Oh, Luther Morgan, the one that's been investigating that coffee brand coffee shit.
Okay.
And then there's another one I'm trying to think of.
Raging Rhino. I'm just kidding.
Raging Rhino. Can you imagine that as a fucking plot twist? I'm like, God damn it, Rhino.
Yeah.
Make the full Aussie great again.
Make the full Aussie great again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to wind down. I got to get ready for work. This is the one time I do a one-off stream, and I didn't expect myself to go 3 hours.
Yeah, same here. I was in that chat with the guys, and I was just like, wow. Because actually, I was looking forward to this all day. I'm like, this is going to be my entertainment for the night. I'm not even going to watch a movie.
Yeah, I had that Soprano speech with my dad. I'm like, just when I thought I was out, at least until June, they pull me.
Yep.